Okay, I'm still on. All right, I'm on the new link. Here we go. I'm still on. All right. Guys, sorry about that. Yeah, we had to restart the stream. That's all right. I mean, things happen. We are live. I'm staring off in space. I'm looking at the chat like, what's going on? Let's go, guys. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate all of you. We'll see you guys tonight on my own stream, Globex Open. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning right here on MyFundedFutures TV. I think SK should be ready to go, and we'll do that. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate that. Sorry about the little hiccup in the stream. That happens. I lose internet all the time. I live in the woods, so. All right, guys. SK's on next. Thanks, guys. Peace.
That was a beautiful bull flag. Hey, everybody. Can you all hear me? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? All right, I'm Steve Kalajian, and welcome to the 10:30. Sorry, we had a little technical difficulty. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful morning here. Beautiful morning. NASDAQ's up about 400 points off the lows here. Okay, look at that. We had this long here. Unbelievable. Never expected a 400-point rally, though. How's everybody doing? Gold, very bullish here. You know, a lot of people came in being bearish on gold, and I said you can't be bearish on gold unless you really understand that the underlying ETFs are still in buy mode here. So we had this one short here on the bear flag dropped. I waited patiently, caught this short here, right? Look at that, boom. They dropped about 100 points there. Now you're going to get one more push up. The next push up, I'd be looking for shorts. You know why? Because if you look at the QQQs here on the 30-minute time frame, you can see the 30-minute time frame. This is a bearish pattern. The 30s reversed to sell, correlating with the 15s. And you really just have some big overhead resistance here. Plus, you have non-confirmations here with these negative MACDs on the 30, the 60. Look at the 60-minute. These MACDs are going to run into a roadblock here on the NASDAQ. So let's see if we get one more push up here. All right. Hope everybody, there you go. What are these numbers flying by me here? Oh my God, I don't know what the hell is going on. The chat's going hog wild. The chat's going hog wild here. What are all these numbers? What the hell is going on? Aaron, you want to tell me what's going on here? I can't seem to follow this here. What's your name, little girl? What's your name? Dun, dun, dun. Oh my God, the chat's going completely bonkers. What are these numbers? Am I missing something? I don't know. I waved the white flag. I don't know. Slow mode. I can't read this. This is insane. Come on, God. I don't know. All right. You guys want to have a little fun on my behalf? What was the number? I don't even know what the hell's going on. S&Ps can't make new highs here. You got big sell divergences here. NASDAQ just dropped 30. Completely distracted by this here. This is the time period where we should get a pullback right here, everybody. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today?
They were playing guess the number.
Oh, guess the number? Oh, wonderful. That was it. Guess the number. I just came on. Hey, hey, seven, is it 7 Frank? I can't even see. Oh my God. This is crazy. What last night, the Asia session was absolutely amazing during the Asia session. Gold, I think there were 9 phenomenal trades during the Asia session. And how about my friends were all blowing up my phone last night telling me, Steve, MyFundedFutures is the best. Look at this, NASDAQ just dropped 70 here. S&P is getting kabooshed. My friends like, man, MyFundedFutures, man, I killed it and they paid me right out. I'm like, they're the best. Look at this, new highs. Where are they going here? New highs, non-confirmation here. Micron just dropped 10 here. NVIDIA down on the day. NVIDIA. Intel getting kabooshed. Tomorrow we have the non-farm payrolls here. Wow, 100 handle drop on the NASDAQ. Good Lord. S&P's finished. Wowsy, wowsy, wowsy. On their feet for 1,000 owsies. All right. You could take maybe a scalp long here on the NASDAQ, 515 to 555 here. NVIDIA, oh my God, NVIDIA finished. I shorted NVIDIA 223.50. Unbelievable. Yep. Ba-da-ba-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-ba-bum. You're going to get one more push up here. You should get one more push up here on the NASDAQ. S&Ps, really nothing to see here on the S&Ps here, but just trading out to 45 on the NASDAQ here. There were giveaways like that. The freaking chat was blowing up. AMD just drops $6 here. There goes the NASDAQ. If you bought them here, just scale out above 70. They should go here. Next push up, I want to short the world. There they go. Wow. Look at the NASDAQ go. There you go. 25 on the NASDAQ. God bless you. Come on. Let's go, Jeff. I want to make that money back. Okay? You hear me?
Yeah, trying to stay connected, it keeps disconnected. Freaking trader beats.
Short the world, everybody. Soon. Soon. I don't know. Somebody's about to jump. I don't know about that yet. So I want to show you a really great, look at the NASDAQ right back up here. I want to show you a really great pattern here on gold. Okay. Can you guys see my chart? Can you guys see my chart? Whoa, look at the NASDAQ up 50. There you go. There you go. There you go. Where's the bull? Where's the bull? Okay, so you see gold right here. When gold pushed up into the negative MACD on the 15 here, you take the short like I did, okay, and then it got kabooshed, $12. You see that? That's a beautiful, beautiful pattern right there. Do you see that? Hey, Lucky Mon. What's going on? So your chat went flying by here. Normally, hey, Vanessa, how are you? Okay. I'd buy this NVIDIA here. I think we're gonna have we're gonna get one more push up here. Look at the NASDAQ up 60. S&Ps just went from 48 to 55. Wow, what a long. Big W's, who is short? Not me. And big W's if you caught the long. Let's go, let's see it. Big W's if you caught the long on the NASDAQ. There you go. RDA, here we go. Nathan, Nathaniel, RDJ, Rick Francis, get in there. Mohammed, let's go. Let's go. Hey, Barbarito, look at all that. Hey, Simon, get in there. Look at this. 70 up. Beautiful. That's what I love to see. Win, 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 baby. Win, win, win. Turn it up. That's right. Turn it up. Turn it up. You know, a lot of you, it really blew up my phone the last couple of days because they said, you know, SK, what's going on with gold during the Asia session? I'm like, listen, this is August. This is August. You understand? Summertime, nobody cares, right? So you got to take advantage of it. But last night, gold was phenomenal. I think 9 or 10 phenomenal trades. The last one was a short above 43.60. Got as high as 43.62 or something and got kabooshed down to like, I don't know, 32. And another thing, great, you guys should be trading, looking at Bitcoin. My software, I have that ability to be trading Bitcoin. Now, I would be shorting Bitcoin here, okay? If you can see, you got negative MACDs on the 30 and 60-minute time frames here. Oh, sorry. Let me just get to it. You guys should be looking at Bitcoin. Right here. Look. They're making new highs here for the non-confirmation. 30s, 60s. Okay, boom, out. All right. Bitcoin should be shorted above the 750 to like 65,050, like a 200-300 point range. I had the highs on AMD here today. Wow, look at this thing. Google's finished. Anyway, I think there's so many opportunities today. I think there's so many opportunities today here. SpaceX, Jesus, this thing cannot make money. Right? Who's greedy? So if you look here, you can see how the market filled the gap right here on these names. Look at the low here, 827. Look at SanDisk, rallied over 100 off the low. Wow, my God, what a bear flag. 1295, down 40 on SanDisk. You can't ask for a better 65, 44, 77, 58. Oh my God, this SanDisk. 22, 15. Wow. All right. Yes, sir. I am probably the most bearish I've been. If you look at this pattern here, oh my God, SanDisk, 55. This SanDisk is going to get, I don't know. What a short on this SanDisk right here. First bounce on the 5 right here after the 30 reversed to sell. Oof, That's a Picasso. Micron, SanDisk. Now, believe it or not, SanDisk on the 60 as well here. If the Nasdaq gets down to the 300, I go like the 500 to 540. I look to buy it one more time. See if you get a push down. AMD just rally like that? You got to be kidding me here. Let's see here. Jesus, why is AMD rallying here? Let's see if the Nasdaq can get down to the 0545 one more time. Why would AMD rally like that? $4, $5. Jesus. This gold should be shorted. One more push up here. If this gold gets above the 32, 33 up to 40, I'd short it. All right. Again, you got real negative patterns here. The new highs into the MACD's negative here. So let me just show you this one pattern here if I can. If you look at the spiders here on the daily, okay, I'll show you the spiders on the daily here. This to me is a very bearish pattern, right? You see it? This is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days we went parabolic, okay? And yesterday we filled that one gap. Here's the second, well, here's the first gap. Here's the second gap. Here's the third gap. We have downside coming here, people. Okay? I think the market's going to get caboosed between now and October. And then I think we launch. That's what I think. I think the market is going to have a difficult time here. Look at look at this Bitcoin just dropped 100. Bitcoin just got cabooshed. So you can see here from this point to this point, we're roughly 180 handles or points on the spiders here. Okay, you see it? Okay. I don't know if the Nasdaq got to 45 or not, though. It's going to go here, though. You're going to get one more push up here. Anybody get long Nasdaq to hit 45? 48, 48. You got to be kidding me. 50 up. Missed it. Damn it. Look at that. 45.25. All right. Next. I'd cancel. Next. S&Ps really can't go in. Gold just got cabooshed. Wow. You need a win now? Well, I just had that one right there. That was a pretty good long here. Let's see if we get another push up here. 5 o'clock, and next thing, you ready to roll? I got miles and miles and then one more show. Oh boy. If you don't make money in the first hour, hour and a half, you might as well just hang it up. That's how I look at it. Really. You know what I'm saying? All right. I think he should probably switch to NASDAQ to try to make that money back. Your father?
Go back to NASDAQ.
Go back to NASDAQ. He's got to learn. I don't care if he blows the account or not, but he's got to learn. You know what I'm saying? S&Ps aren't even moving.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I'd rather have him. I want him to try to make that money back.
Should I go back to NASDAQ since S&P's are moving?
Yeah, you can. I have confidence with. You have an idea, you know what I'm saying? You know, but and Jeff, one of the most important things is, right, if you don't understand, what did I say to you? You have to do what?
Ask the questions.
Ask, right? Ask. Ask. What is your name, little girl? What's your name? Let's see here. 5 o'clock. All right. So many people here. Joggy Meister. Who else is here? Funded. I can't even see. Theo, G Peralta, XD, Malene, Mahum. What's going on, everybody? What's your name, little girl? What's your name? Sir Ben, how are you? Michael, Theo, Jesus. Just want to say hello to some nice people here. Ethan, there you go. Get in there. Colorful craft. I want to see you again. Do, 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 do. What's your name, little girl? Apple's going to take off here. Just ran about 70 cents. There goes the S&Ps. There goes the NASDAQ. Boom on the 5. Beautiful. 48.50. Right back up again on the NASDAQ. 48. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 times. Beautiful. I was 45, but all right. Next. There's always another. I'd like to see one more push up and then look to get short. Apple just ran about 70 cents on Apple. Oh, so tired. PLTR 15 negative. Come on, let's see if we get a 650, 640, 650 print high. How's everybody doing today? Okay, everybody doing good. Hey, D Hall, get in there. D Hall series. I got 600 miles and went to one more show. Anybody trading Bitcoin futures here? Anybody? Anybody? Come in Manila. There goes the NASDAQ up to 80. S&Ps just ran 12 just now. Come on here, man. I want to see you again. Do, 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 do. What's your name, little girl? What's your name? All right, look to short the NASDAQ here, 29,000. If we get up to the 55, 60, up to 90, 95, I'd short them. Only NASDAQ futures. We treating this morning like Asia. We making money. I hope so. You got monster bear flags setting up here. I told you you're going to get to 50. That's 100 handles right there from 48. Now, I missed it. I had called along 05 to 45. You got to be in a good mood, right? Life is so too precious, man, right? No complaining, enjoy life, laugh, tell jokes in the middle of trading. You got to have a great positive attitude, man. NASDAQ just ran, S&P just ran 13. You got to have a powerful attitude, okay? Because if you don't have a powerful mindset, you might as well just, I don't know, Intel short again? I would. Intel's got big sell divergence this year. Hang it up otherwise. Every second that the good Lord gives us is a gift, right? So what's the sense of complaining or nonsense or this or that or that or this? Forget it. If you want to go 55 up to 95, or you want to go 60 to even, one of those two should be it. This is a nice bear flag setting up on the NASDAQ. S&Ps get up to the 58 handle, actually 59 to 66, I'd short them. Microsoft making new highs. Palantir can't get going. I told you going to this ran 100 handles in 3 bars, right? And NVIDIA can't get going, so go figure. So that was the pullback I was looking for between 1040 and 1050, and exactly 1045, 1050 was the pullback. All right. So now you can maybe go 60, 65, right, Jeff? Right? You scaling, right?
Yeah.
One is 65, one is 60 or something like that, right? You understand?
Yeah.
If it gets to 75, 77, you sell 1 or 2 more. Okay. Look, 120 handles. Unbelievable. Unbelievable rally off that 5-minute time frame. Let's go. Okay, look to cover anywhere between the 40 and 60 range on the NASDAQ. So it's starting to drop, right? If you're short 3, 4, maybe you put a 55, 53, 50 bid in, right? Here we go. Right, Jeff?
Yeah.
Come on, get in there. 50, boom, right? NASDAQ, let's go. Right? Dirtbag, get in here, Dirtbag. You should come. D Hall, when are you going to come visit me, D Hall? Let's go. You're right down the street. Where's the 300 likes, Miss K? Get in there. See how they're dropping? Lower your stop. There's no more shorting. Hello, come in, Manila.
Yeah.
Acknowledge me. Right?
Only one of my wagons got hit and it's out at 17 plus.
You made 17?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you make? About $32? Better than nothing. But you're learning. Right?
Yes.
I don't care if you made 17 cents, you're learning. Right? Get in there, Miss K. Larry P, what's going on? Elise, you're worried about the giveaways? You should be wanting to learn, Elise. All right, so short this gold above 32 here. I said 32 to 40. You can look to cover shorts below the 28 and a half. All right. If you're going to be disrespectful, where is the old man from yesterday? I hope you're not talking about me. I'm going to tell you right now, because if you are, all right, J-Dubs, if you're talking about me, that's disrespectful. I'm not going to tolerate that. NASDAQ, S&Ps look to cover below 57. Is it me? Okay. NASDAQ just dropped 30. Okay. Down 40 on the NASDAQ. You still short?
I think
How about you?
I covered.
Okay. Are you trading S&Ps or NASDAQ?
That's
Okay.
I got two.
Can I tell you, you could trade both, too.
Yeah.
You have two ladders up. NASDAQ down 50.
Yeah, I just switched to NASDAQ because S&P was.
S&Ps kabooshed. Where's the bear? Boom. There you go. There you go. NVIDIA just got smoked. There you go. Let's go, baby. Get in there. I've been here since 5 o'clock this morning. You know that? 5 a.m. Okay? 5 a.m. D-Hall, get in there. Shadow, lower your stops. I wish lower your stops. Oh, my God. Intel. Who shorted the Intel above 0280? Kabooshed. Down $1. Let's go. God, I love this game. Do you know I wake up, the first thing out of my mouth, I say, thank you, God. And the second thing is, I think of my children, think of the people very special in my life. Okay. And then I get, Jesus. I'm reporting these. Okay. And then I just can't wait to get in here. You know that?
Yeah.
I just can't wait to get in here. Really. What a Picasso. What a Picasso. I love, love, love to trade. I am so blessed to be here for MyFundedFutures, and we're going to be doing a lot of great things together. Matt, Aaron, Luke, Aaron. You know Aaron's new name now, right? Everybody, you know Aaron's new name?
Yeah.
General. Aaron, we have to call Aaron the General. That's it. No more Aaron. The General. Okay? Can you stop worrying about giveaways, please? The General. Either, what's better? Let's take a vote. Ready? Let's take a vote. The General or General A? Okay, the General or General A? Okay. What do we? We got to do? We got to do a poll. The General. I like General A. Wow, the General. Let's see. Let's go with the General. I kind of like the General. I kind of like the General, really. I think that's it. The General. That's it. It's over. The General. That's it. It's over. Yes, sir. Anybody trading the Russell futures? No, it's DA, the General. Anybody trade the Russell futures? It's a great pattern right here, man. Look at this Russell. The 15's reversed to buy, and then you buy the first pullback here. Oof, 60 cents. Beautiful. The General. I know, D. I got another T. I'm running. You got to see the T-shirts I'm making. Forget it. Yeah, my coffee, my second cup of coffee here. He's not a major. He's a general. Don't do that. That's not right. He's a general. He's my younger brother. Nope. No, Captain. No. No. Stop. Captain Caboose. I kind of like that, actually. But no. Nope. 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 No, 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 no. I can't take it no more. The chips are flying through the door. Oh my God, SanDisk. You gotta be kidding me. I can't wait for the day they're gonna get cabooshed. You know? I can't wait. Can't wait for the day they're gonna get cabooshed. S&Ps cannot get going here. Look at the diamonds here. You can see the the diamonds here on the daily. Oh my God. All right, let's just see if we get another push up here. This AMD's a short above here, 94.95. If this NASDAQ gets up to the 665.70 up to 705.10, I short it. S&Ps can't get going. You got the Russell struggling. You got the Dow down. I don't know. The chips are flying here. I mean, Micron's up almost, SanDisk is up about 140 off the lows. And you got NVIDIA dropping here. I'd be scalping shorts here. The S&Ps can't get going. The Dow is negative. Let's just see what's going to happen here. I said, no, 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 I can't smoke it no more. I'm tired of waking up on the floor. All right. Again, I would scale into the shorts here. 65.70 up to 710, 705.10. Let's see if we get one more push. Relentless mode here. If Bitcoin gets above the 64,900 to 65,200, I would short it. Anybody trading Bitcoin? Nobody trading Russell? Nobody trading Bitcoin? Nothing? Apple can't get going. Whoa, my God, what a bear flag on Apple. Oof. I was short this Apple right here. 37, 39, 44. Oh my God. What a cabooshin'. And again, as I showed you, the pattern on the spiders is not one that I would want to be long here. You're 19 points from the 10 bar. Again, you got all these gaps here. Look to cover the NASDAQ between the 50 and 70 range if you're short. Okay. You're making new highs on the NASDAQ. S&Ps can't make new highs. Dow can't make new highs. And Russell can't make new highs. So go figure. And gold, what a great short on the gold above 32 before. Right? D-Hall, get in there. Larry, poor Bitcoin. Yep. Let's go, guys. Smash the like button. There should be 5,000 people on this stream every single day with MyFundedFutures. Trader HCH, Kumar, Scalp Trades, Danis, some new names here. Anton I've seen before. Sire Trades is always here. Fun Bro, what's going on? Prop Pulse? I don't know you. This is a major bear flag here. And if you look at the weekly, all right, here, lower your stops on the NASDAQ. Here we go. See what I'm saying, Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay, lower your stops. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I'm not a reg ending.
Okay, let's go. I want to end the black today. You understand me? Gold just dropped 10. You become numb to blowing accounts. You got to learn from me, Michael. I'm happy to teach you. Saya, I'm not new, sir, SK. I'm from the beginning here. I know you. I trader HCH. I thought so. Where's our commander bear? When they drop, I put the bear on. Oh, this Google's making new lows here. I think the market's going to get absolutely cabooshed. I think the market is going to be absolutely Look at this NASDAQ. Lower your stops. Right? You see how you read the market? You see that? That's what I'm talking about. Okay? And MyFundedFutures, I'm telling you right now, the best prop firm. I don't want to hear about other firms. This, in my book, is the number one, and I'm going to make it number one, and number one times 1,000. You watch the things I hope that we can do here great together. 44. I'm on my 45th year in the game. 45th year. Okay? Doing what I love. I mean, can you imagine waking up every single day and then loving what you do? I work with the best traders in the world. What a career. Still great friends of mine. They speak to me all the time. They call me up, ask me for, market direction. I just asked the good Lord to give me enough good health to make it to 70, and then I could look at my kids and say I was 50 years in the game. What? No, why do you hate your life? You don't talk like that. And you know what? You just got to be humble and simple, and you just got to be kind. One act of kindness every single day. You'll see the reward. Okay, you'll see the reward. I hope. No, I'm saying 70s when I can say I'm in the game for 50 years. I hope I have more than 70. I'll be 64 in February. I don't feel it though. I literally feel like I'm 38. Dirtbag, if you want to text me, again, if anybody wants to text me, I'll give out my cell phone number, 914-500-7484. Again, if anybody would like to text me or ask me any questions, 914-500-7484. Believe it or not, I give out my phone number to the whole world, and I want to bluntly be honest with you, I think I had 3 people in my whole life that have just like, I got this group of 19 kids that just want to drive me crazy. I blocked every one of them. They think it's funny, but you got to be positive, Jesus. Life is so precious and short, right? You know what? To have financial freedom, to have financial knowledge, and to be able to do something great with the best prop firm out there, okay? And to be able, oh, look at crude. Yeah, we got my pullbacks on crude. Yes, sir. Let me watch this. And, when you have great people behind, my friend Frank, this is a true story. I have a friend, Frank. Well, when I say friend Frank, he's someone I've known. And he's like, I'm giving up trading. I can't take. And I screamed at him in the parking lot one night. Screamed at him. Okay. And this guy gets daily payouts now. And he said, S&Ps are getting kabooshed. Yeah. And I taught him and I learned and he listened to my words. And, for me, oh, look at them drop. Oh, they're going to get killed. Wait till these fit. So the strategy is the 30 reverse to sell. The 15s are overbought. Look out below, baby. 600 going to break any minute. NASDAQ, AMD kabooshed. Intel kabooshed. The whole world is going to get kabooshed. Watch when these 15s start rolling over. Bye-bye, Microsoft. Okay? Here comes 600. The guy who bought 665s just now, he jumped. Okay? Watch. They'll be down 100 in no time. All right? Okay? God, I love this game. God, I love this game. And I love how everybody's using the word kabooshed. I love it. Kabooshed, kaboom, kabooshed. Here's 600. There you go. Get in there.
Back up 163 now.
You made back the whole loss?
I'm up 163.
You made back the 800.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. From when I started.
You got to talk right, though. You
I
see?
started again.
No. That's not how you do it.
Okay. So
You have to say, I made back X, I'm still down Y. Kabooshed! Where's the bear? Kumar, don't ruin my word. Kumar, it's K. Don't put a G in front of my word. Please. I'm in the Urban Dictionary. Put him in the bathroom. Kumar goes right in the bathroom for the day. That's it. Don't you dare ruin my word. And it's not a kaboom, Denise. It's a kaboosh. Another one in the bathroom.
Not a kibosh.
Come on. Use the words right. There you go, Kumar. Kabooshed. Come on. Let's go. Oh, my God. Look at this gold down 20. Oh, yeah, baby. Not shoosh. Kaboosh. All right. So you ever see the movie Bronx Tale, right? And you ever see when he's rolling the dice and JoJo's breathing on him and he says, Bobby, put JoJo in the bathroom, right? It's one of the I mean, so many great scenes in different movies, but it's got to be one of the top 5 or top 10 movie scenes, right? Okay. So I met Chaz Palminteri one time in Bedford, New York, and I was getting my car washed, and he was there. He was all like, with his hat and he's, hands in his pocket, I said, Chaz? He says, yeah, what's up, buddy? And we were talking. I said, I'm from the Bronx. He's from the Bronx, and we're sharing some great memories. Look at this. New lows, S&P, they're finished. Okay. And we were talking. I said, where did that scene come from? And he said to me, it was completely ad-libbed kind of thing, So I thought that was pretty you could look to take one more let's see here, long here on the S&Ps 33 to 38. And he said it was completely ad-libbed. And I thought that was pretty you could take a long here on gold. 07.5, 14.5. And he just said to me it was ad-libbed, and Frankie Coffee Cake, that was another ad-lib. I said, oh my God, really? He says, yeah. So so what I did was I kind of put him in the bathroom on my sound desk. sound deck for anyone who's like, look at this, Bitcoin just dropped 350. So I don't know. And I don't know, it's pretty funny when somebody does something wrong. They say, SK, put him in the bathroom, and it's just pretty funny. I don't know. What's up, Adam? Non-farm payroll tomorrow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gold's down 20. Apple getting kabooshed. Okay. Nvidia should get one more push up. NASDAQ is down 100. I told you they'll be down 100. Did you not hear me say they'll be down 100, D-Hall? The best quote of all time still comes from Louis Scarface. No way. The greatest line of all time is drop the gun, grab the cannolis from The Godfather. How in God's creation can you leave? Are you kidding me? Raphael, I haven't talked to him, but I think he's doing well. I'll call him today. S&P, look to scale out longs, 39 up to 43. How in God's creation, okay, how in God's creation can you leave out, okay, drop the gun, grab the cannolis? Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Just stupid.
Exactly. NASDAQ, if the NASDAQ maybe gets down, maybe gets down to the 25 to 65 range, I would take a scalp long only. Are you crazy? Look to scale out any gold here, 13 up to 16. I'd be very light here on the NASDAQ if, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, look at that. Palantir on the 15, on the overbought. There goes the gold right back up. Palantir, beautiful shorts here, negative MACDs here. Microsoft 30 positive, 1120 on the 5. All right, we got about 5 minutes to go here. Again, everybody, if anybody would like to watch my podcast, The Bull, the Bear, and the Ugly, please go to my SK Trading YouTube. And if anybody would like a 5-day free trial to my live stream, you can please go to my, just text me your full name and email to my cell phone, 914-500-7484. Okay? And I'll see you tonight during the Asia session. We're going to have some shorting NASDAQ. Not here. Not here. Be careful. I'm looking for a push up. How's Henny? He's home. He's a good boy, my Henny. You know, I'm so happy I rescued his life. Can you believe 20 minutes before they were going to put him down? There's no way they're going to hurt my dog. Forget it. And it took me a month, a little over a month to get him. Here, 65. If you bought 65s, you should be kicking these out above 90. NASDAQ, you got to be long something.
I got kicked out when you were calling off
When you got kicked out?
the platform. I had to log back.
There goes the gold right back up on the gold. I'll be scaling out the longs. Where's Jennifer? Jennifer, I don't know where Jennifer is. She's in my Discord. If you don't want it, expires after 5 days. That's it. If you don't want it, it's free. It's free. Want a long MYM? I don't know. I think you're crazy. I don't know. I mean, what for what? For what reason? There goes the NASDAQ, up 40. 65 to 05 on the NASDAQ. Gold rallied. What a way to go. There you go. NASDAQ just ran 40. S&Ps just ran about 4. Gold just rallied about 6. Short 10 minutes on demo. Okay. You're rich. Okay, beautiful. Dirtbag, you should be texting me, okay? I'll speak to you later. Trader HCH or no, don't, no, not like that. Okay, not like that. All right, we got 2 great guys coming on here in about 2 minutes. All right, I want to thank all of you for being here. Again, I want to thank Matt, Aaron, Luke, and the General. Okay. All right, D Hall, get in there, D Hall. Izzy, Lizzie, what's going on? See you tonight. Miss K, Zeph Side, B Tree, the crew, Gibraltar, Moises, Malene, Feed, MTV, Michael, Trish Trading, Foon Bro, I don't know you, Prop Pulse, Kumar. Kumar, you're on double secret probation, Kumar. Don't you dare screw up my word, caboose. You hear me? Smoke Trades, Trader, HCH, Feed My MTV, MyFundedFutures, Jesus, Shadow, Digital, Danis, Sir Ben, Borschen, Scalp Trades. There you are. Get in there. Mango, Dario. New names here. All right. Again, I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. Keep trading. Be consistent. Okay? Trade what you see. Take your opinions. Throw them out the window. Okay? Most important thing. All right? Every single day, singles and doubles. That's it. Pass your accounts. Keep rotating and keep getting checks. Have a great day, everybody. God bless you. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America. I'll see you tonight.
Hey, good morning, Husk. How you doing?
What's up there, buddy?
Good morning, chat.
I'm sorry, I think I got the wrong chart selected. Is that my chart?
That's my chart, sir.
Oh, I was like, I use Ninja Trader. I was like, do I got the wrong Ninja Trader selected?
No, my Quantire is acting funky today, so I just
Okay. Just making sure.
switched over to the Ninja Trader. Guys, we got issues. We got issues. What's going on with the likes, guys? Come on. Let's hit these likes. There's yours, Husk. See, there's yours. Mine's just blank because I typically have all my stuff usually on the Quantire, so it's being funky this morning. I don't know what's going on with it.
Yeah, this has been a pretty tough area the last I want to say the last hour or so. So
yeah, I took some shorts. Was kind of looking at the ES and kind of got below the low there. I mean, NASDAQ's definitely more, obviously a little stronger. ES hanging out at the lows, NASDAQ kind of at the highs here. So, but I think if ES can, if it kind of refuses to hold this 40 level, we're probably going to continue down. So let's see.
yeah, I got this area that we have marked out. This is kind of what we're taking longs out of. And if it fails, we're just going to be looking for shorts. You can see that we keep pushing down to the bottom of it, but the body hasn't closed outside of this range yet. So this is kind of what we're looking to see hold. This is just one micro at the moment. I've taken so many trades today. I bet you I have $100 in fees. Yeah, I got.
I'm going to short the break of 90 here. Short the break of 90. Look for 10 points quick.
So it looks like the runner is going to get stopped out here.
All right, I'm stopped to break even. Got the 10 points. I might get stopped out here too. Let me see if I give it. We'll give it a little bit of room here. We'll still make money on it even if it bounces. So
That's my charts.
Dude, if the 1 minute breaks this trend line, we got a little trend line here. We run all the way back down kind of to like the 490, 500 level. So we'll see. I might get stopped out, but we'll see here. If we can break, again, ES not holding the 40 here. If it can get below 36, I think this thing just pushes lower. So remember, NQ ran the overnight high. ES did not. So we do have a big SMT at the high as well. So something to kind of consider there.
Yeah. 560.
I'll target like the 530s here on the short.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let my runner get stopped out here.
Below this swing low here at 64, you really kind of want to see some acceleration. If not, we might bounce one more time. So let's kind of see what happens. Let's see. Can she get below there and just go?
Sorry, I was trying to get my stuff. Oh, there it is. I was looking for the chat. I have the chat kind of setting separately. All right.
ICT short as well, targeting 534. I like it. I think that's like a really good target.
I'm not a fan of the short unless we're back below 530. That's the reason why I haven't been taking any shorts. Everything I've been looking for has been longs, is because I don't like shorting into that previous day low. If we can get below the previous day low, then I'm okay with shorts. Today is going pretty good so far. We only took one funded trade. I actually put in the chat, guys, the funded trade I was going to take this morning. I don't know how many of you guys looked at it, but I said this morning we were going to be targeting 250. We pretty much went to 240 and that was the bottom. So if you look to the left this morning, there was nothing holding us up. This was at the Tuesday's opening range is where we pretty much traded back to this morning. So we took the one funded trade down there to the 250, and the rest of the day we just been kind of just working on evals.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
So
Nice.
I did take the one ES trade with methodical today. I was sweating a little bit because it was a new eval, so I thought about putting on the boys on the table. I just closed my eyes and put the chart to the side because I was in two minis looking for 5 points. But I think I
Yeah.
settled for 4 because I knew 67 was resistance. I didn't want to fight the 67, so we took it for 344. And the account that we're trading now that you saw me get stopped out, we're only up $100.
So
So that's-
we're kind of breaking this short-term 1 minute trend line here. The run down to like 486 makes a lot of sense here. The problem is, like, I just don't know if we can get down there. I don't know if we can. I'm going to throw my target down there. And what I'll probably do is move the stop into break even at 435 area. And we'll see kind of what we get. Again, entered this trade originally with 3 micros. We've already taken profit. So even where the stop sits right now, we're still in the green. As long as ES kind of stays below that 40 level, I think we continue to push down. If ES reclaims that 40 level, especially with some power, then you're going to see us push right back up. So
Power.
a little power. And it's kind of pushing back up here to 37s. So we are below the 21 EMA on the 5 minute as well. So, and we also are below the open price here at 576.
I know it's kind of like a weird range type trading. It's almost like every single candle is like running itself over and over. Like we can't decide which way we want to go.
Cole wants a 15-minute close below 583. That'd make a lot of sense. We need the Maxicator to predict this market. He just barked a few minutes ago, so I don't know what that tells you. I don't know if you heard it. So I don't know if you heard him bark, but he did. He's over there asleep now. We got this bearish engulfing candle here now. Maybe we create a little 1 minute order block here on this way down. That wouldn't be a bad thing. We got the VWAP sitting down there at the 525.
It's also sitting on top of previous day low.
Yeah, previous day low at 530. So
that's what I'm waiting on. I am not going to take a short into the previous day low. That is, to me, is the same as taking a long into the previous day high. Just don't do it.
Well, I mean, I'm 50 points above it, so we all right.
Well,
we all right.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you haven't jumped in and you're thinking about jumping in now, I wouldn't do it within 20 points of that level.
Yeah, probably a good advice there. Let's see here. So as we kind of approach the 535 area, I will go ahead and move the stop into break even here. Up about 40 points on it right now with the runner. I mean, I do think that level down there at the 486 makes a lot of sense to get tagged, but it may not. We got a bit of consolidation right here at the 30s as well. So it might take a minute to kind of get through that. So if it's able to, who knows? Starting to bounce here again. So Husky, you got a 5-minute candle close below your zone there.
No, it's still, the body's still inside of it.
Well, that red candle closed below it.
No, I'm talking about a complete body. Not just peekabooing on the other side. They're just peekabooing it.
A complete body.
You know, the
Okay.
5-minute needs to be completely out of it.
Okay. I didn't know that's how you were looking at that. Interesting. Guys, have we hit the like button yet?
Nah,
200 likes is horrible.
Did we?
Horrible.
We might have. Did the stream go down today? Because I thought I had the stream up, and next thing I knew, something else was playing. So I didn't know if this
Did it drop? Okay,
I
maybe
don't know. Maybe it dropped. I'm
maybe
thinking
that
might
might
have
make
happened,
sense.
but I'm not positive.
Yeah,
Because I only had 2 streams up this morning. I had the MyFundedFutures stream up, listening to that one, and I had you listening. Then all of a sudden, I had like some type of music, but you were still doing. I was like, looked over, I was like, what is that? So I
Okay,
didn't know if the stream dropped today. Maybe
chat saying the stream went down.
Okay, see, we
Well,
got 200 more likes, guys. Shoot.
It might make sense then. All right,
Yeah.
all right. Pine nuked the stream. Terrible, Pine. Terrible. He does that to the bathroom as well. He nukes it. He's multifaceted there. He can nuke anything. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, we had 2,000 likes on the first stream. 2,000.
All right, so we got to add the two. We got to add the likes together, I guess. Got to add the likes together. I was wondering, I was like, man, what's going on with the likes here? All right, we're kind of testing that 21 EMA from the bottom side here and the 50 EMA on the 2. I'm actually considering adding here. Maybe a little late.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're just stuck sitting on our hands, guys. There's nothing. I won't take anything in this zone here that we have marked out. The only way I like the longs, unless we're back above the previous day close. So anything between 594 and 530, I'm not touching. I'll just have to sit on my hands and wait for us to get away from those areas.
New 5-minute candle here, just kind of get a little spike going. Let's see if it holds below here. I could look for a little scalp add here, 10 points. We could. All right, she's popping. Let's see. Trying to flip the market back green here, back to the 576. ES pushing right back up to the 38.39 level. Again, I want to see the ES hold below 40. That's the idea. That would be the idea.
I'd like to see the ES push back and retest 45. Kind of retest that leg, that last leg, push down on the 5 minutes, 745.
I feel like if it gets up there, the short's probably in trouble.
So did you take the loss on that 63 level this morning? What happened with it? I think I misunderstood.
Yeah, I mismanaged it and took a loss. Sure did.
I wasn't sure.
It was very much mismanagement. I don't know. Now it would have lost. Don't get me wrong. It did eventually lose and never hit the 5 points.
Yeah, see, I settled for 4. I took my points at 67 because I had the 67 as a zone marked out on the ES. I was like, or right at 67.25, and we hit that.
The pre-orb this morning, it lost to the downside. I got tagged into a short on the pre-orb. The top side won. The ES won to the downside as well. So, yeah, I did capture the ES pre-orb, but yeah, tricky day today on the pre-orb there. Feels like I might get stopped out here. I don't know. We'll see. We need this thing to get back below the low here to kind of get some acceleration. So I might have to stop a little too tight, to be honest with you. Probably should move it up a bit.
Where's your entry and stop loss? Oh, you're looking for the big short. Okay.
Well, I'm in the short, but I mean, the stop, I can move it. Actually, I can move it up a bit, but
smashing the likes.
I really am a little tempted to add here to the short, but it could be a bad idea. Let me see here. I'm going to add here. I'm going to look for like just 10 points on the ad. So just down to like 55, 56 area.
Now I have an area down at 511 that we could hit, but doesn't mean it'll get down there.
Oh, there we go. So we'll add in there. Took my average a little bit lower, but that's okay. We're not worried about that. So a little ad, got 10 quick points on 3 micro, so another $60 that they're captured.
Nice.
Can't complain too much on it. I know it's a little bit, I would like to zoom in on this a little bit for you guys, but my candles are a bit smaller than Husk.
You know, we try to spread them out so you can see everything.
So I want to see the 32. Really, if we get below that low there at 32, man, this thing really should grab some acceleration and start going. How's it going, Lucky Mon? How's it going? Guys, we got the links to Husk and I channels there in the chat, socials and channels. Please follow us. We do appreciate it. Try to follow you back if I can, you know, just depends. If you look like a normal person, then I follow you back. But if you look like Husk, aka serial killer, I'm probably not going to follow you back. Probably won't follow you back.
Aw.
We got vacation coming up later this week, guys. We're leaving for the beach.
Yeah.
I think Husk has got his G-string ready to go.
I know,
He's
man.
ready to hit the beach.
I've been dropping the LBs all year long since February, maybe January. I don't know. We've been on the year-long diet loss thing. So we are down to what, 201 or 202? No, 201. 201. Yeah.
201, 201.
I haven't seen a 1 in front of my digits in at least quite a few years.
Yeah, let's see. Let's get some acceleration here below this low, guys. I don't know that we will, actually. There's a lot of consolidation there. It would be nice to see acceleration. I don't really want to see a baby sweep. That's what we don't want to see.
We're going to sweep in this area here, then pop.
Well, we do have the VWAP there. We got the previous day low there. We got a couple of things. So expecting a little bit of a bounce is probably not outside the norm here. We already bounced this area once, though. So little double bottom pop. We'll see. Price, you're done. You're in the red. Hey, that's all right, though. Keep it small. Keep it small.
Oh, trust me, I was in the red yesterday. I was 144 down on the fundeds yesterday.
We don't want to talk about yesterday. I blocked it out from my mind.
Yeah.
We're not talking about yesterday. Yesterday does not exist in my life.
At least it didn't happen on a Friday where you had to spend all weekend thinking about it.
Listen, when that happens, it don't matter what day it is, okay? It matters not what day it is. So,
Oh, goodness.
yeah, yesterday was terrible. My old me. I turned the chart off at 10:30 and never looked back. So, as soon as I got off the stream yesterday, I was out. I was down. ICT, we're not going to talk about what happened. If you want to know, there's a video on the channel. You can check it out. Not going to talk about it. We don't talk about Fight Club. All right, pushing up here. Nice little pop off the VWAP there in the 30 level. Kind of expected. No panic here. Again, we're just in our runner. We've already added a couple of times.
Nice bounce off that previous day low. The last bounce off that previous day low, we went up 150 points.
Yeah, and you can see ES right back to the 40 there with some momentum. This could just be the squeeze higher. Could be. Want to kind of see it hold below that 42 area here. And we'll see what happens. Juice bag. This PA makes you want to smash your head through the wall. Yeah. It's not that, I mean, you know, it's not that fun, easy PA, huh? I really should have my stop at the high here, but I do feel like if the ES kind of gets back above 42, we're off to the races, but let's see what happens. And I think I got my stop where the ES would be breaking through the 42, so.
Shorts, you need to see this area hold. Longs, if you're looking for longs, it needs to pop this area. So technically I should be shorting since we're at the top of it, but I'm waiting to see if we're going to pop it here.
Yeah, it's got the feeling that it might pop, right? Kind of got the feeling it might pop. But I'm not going to trust it yet. Not going to trust it yet. We'll see. We're in the short, so we just hold it and see what happens.
Where's your short entry?
I'm short from 59.75 after that ad. So 77.41, not holding 42 area, not holding for now. So looks like we might get stopped. I'm actually going to give this a little bit more room.
I've taken a couple longs as soon as we popped out of this, but I've gotten burned a few times. So we're going to try to wait for the next candle to print.
Let's see if ES holds below here. It's kind of, I mean, this could just be a trap, right? A little trap.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting.
If it's not, then we just get stopped and it's okay on the runner. So I'll still be green on this trade. I'll still be green about $120 even if I lose on this trade. So I did start it off. We started it off at 3 micros. Yeah, 6. I think so. So we'll still be green even if it loses, based on my crooked math anyway.
And the ES just hit that 45. Remember I said ES has got that 45 swing?
Yeah.
So if ES hit that swing.
ES gets back below 41 here. This is going to be a great sign. Let's see a candle close back below 41 on the ES. If we get that, I'll probably add one more time. So closed right at 41 on a retest. Did not quite get below there. We need it below it. It bounced off of it. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign. All right, I think we're probably going to get stopped. Plus, you determining you're considering a loan?
Dude, it's up on the screen, man. I took it live.
I didn't see it.
Oh, I said above back 94. I said above 94, that'll be our long. I'm not saying if it continues, that's been kind of the problem here. We just haven't had the follow through. I've been up 40, 60 points, and unfortunately this thing come back and stop my runner out. We've already hit the first target, so it's just pretty much kind of like a break-even trade.
Yeah.
So we're just going to hold this runner. Pretty much if it gets back below 94, we're pretty much will start closing.
Base hit. We can't approve that one. Come on now. We can't approve that. It was funny though.
All right.
It was funny. You did give me a good old chuckle. How many years in trading is Husk? Husk has been trading for 3 or 4 months. And that's it.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm
We
kidding.
just pretty much trading off like, I usually use some type of support and resistance when we're looking for entry. So the 94 is your previous day close, where the 30, where I said I would not short into the 30 level, that's your previous day low.
I think Husk has been trading what for 2 years, a little over 2 years or something like that.
No, it has to be more than that. More like 3.5.
All right, I'm adding here, guys. That was weird. Why did it go break even automatically? What the heck is going on there? Okay, I don't know what happened there, guys. My unfamiliarity with Ninja, I guess. 68. So we want, okay, so it did hit the 10 points, but I guess it didn't take me out of it for whatever reason. So we'll just manually add the stuff. It'll be fine.
So I'm putting these zones here where it just shows you where I won't take a trade at. So I have to be outside of these zones.
All right. Stop's not on there, but we got the targets on there at least. Squeeze it down there. Hit the target again, darn it, on my ad. I probably could target lower, to be honest. What's the ATR?
411 down there.
411?
I mean, 511.
What's 511? I don't know.
It's just like the retest of your opening 15-minute candle, and it's the next hourly candle down.
Yeah. Nice.
So right now we're kind of bouncing off the top of the 4-hour candle here at the 50s. So
you see what happened there, guys? Why did I add? ES broke and closed below 41, which was our key area, right? So when it did that, that's why we added. Get our stop on up there.
like I said, need to get to the 34. I'm a fan of the shorts.
And I mean, we need to hold below 40. I think that was kind of your little bull trap there on the ES. ES a bit weaker today. It's been the strong kind of front running indice over the last, week or two. But today it's a little bit weaker. Probably should probably just be shorting the ES, to be honest, but we're on the NQ, so we'll just we'll go with that. Now back below this low here at 30, man, I want to see a candle close really below 30. That would be ideal. Maybe on the 5-minute even would be great. And I could move my stop down at that point. So this really could get some acceleration here. I could target lower, actually. Look at this thing go.
Finally breaking the 30s. Heck yeah.
Crude's flying. Short the planet. Short the entire world. There we go. That's a good candle close there on the 5-minute. Close down at 26.50. Yeah, I like that. Where could I target at? Could I target the 9:30 opening range candle? Where's that at? That's all the way down there. I think I might. I mean, that's kind of like a data wick down there, right? You could treat this opening range low as a data wick. I mean, look how far down that is, but hey, could it happen? It could happen. Where's 50% of the range? You have the midpoint marked out, Husk? I don't have it. Is it 4? Okay, I do see it at 463. I mean, that really probably would be the safe target, but let's see if we can get through there. Let's just see. I mean, this is such an obvious wick down here. You could just treat that as a data wick. I know you guys can't see it. Let me move it over a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you can treat that as like a data wick. It's much, it's a really good liquidity zone down there. If it wants to full round trip the entire move from earlier today, we'll see. We shall see. Again, huge S&T at the high, failure to make a low. Or failure to make a new high, not a low. Broke a little trend line here. Again, the safest target's going to be 486. I'm going to go for a little more.
Pine Tree's like short the world.
Short the world. Pine Tree, I did take a little inside-outside buy combo on the 5-minute earlier. It did put me through a bit of stress before it paid like 35 or 40 points. I don't know if you saw that on the 5-minute, that little inside-outside buy combo setup. I'm greedy. Nah, it's just a micro. It's just a micro. No big deal. Husk is smiling for the stop loss of Myth. No way.
No. Myth took a beating yesterday. He gave me all the gratitude yesterday.
So Husk wants to see me win as well.
Yeah.
Probably. Guys, we got the forms coming in the chat. Uh-oh. Marcy just lost respect. We got the forms coming in the chat. I just heard a little jingle, a little jangle. So let's see if we get it. Guys, remember the new builder end of day accounts going on right now. You get 20% off using code YouTube. We also got the 50% off on the other accounts there as well. We got the 2 uses, code YouTube as well. Keyword today, jingle. Let's go.
No, we never wish bad times on anybody, except for Methodical's kids. They're the only ones that are really wishing.
Oh yeah,
bad
they give me a
times.
hard time. Yeah.
Yep.
Husk, you pitching woo while on the job? Jangalang, jangalang. Husk over there pitching woo.
What?
Husk doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
No, pitching woo.
You pitching woo while on the job? Anybody know what that is? You guys know what that is. Come on now.
Are we going to get back below that previous day low here?
Let's go. Let's go.
W is for the weekend. Shoot. I want to try to get in this. No, we got a minute, 2 minutes left. It's something right there.
Yeah, Husk has got to catch up to class. I think that movie came out in probably like 97, 98. Classic Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, called Life. Is the name of the movie.
I've seen that. I've seen it. I just don't remember the lines from it.
Bernie Mac.
Only line I remember from that movie is "You want your cornbread."
Yeah.
That is it. Nothing more.
You gonna eat your cornbread? You can't have my cornbread. That's right.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, no, they that's when Bernie Mac was he was pitching woo on the job. He said, "Your hand's nice and supple, like a lady's." Oh goodness. That was a great movie. I went and saw that movie in the theaters. I enjoyed that movie. There we go. Now we're finally breaking the 30. Let's go. Can we get the 85 level down here? I mean, again, I could take profit down here. I probably move my stop into break even. At that point, we're going to be up about 80 points. So, guys, we got the winners. Let me announce them. Soul Trade X, V Gabor Hun, Miss Trend Surfer, Fictional Kara 5175, Augustine 31. Are you present? If you are present, speak now or forever sacrifice your account. Hopefully you guys are all here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, here it is.
Safe target is probably going to be 480. I'm not sure what's going to happen once we get to 480.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good target there. 40.
Yeah.
I like 484.
Yeah.
75, 485 area. Husk finally came over to the dark side and joined me with a short.
Dude, I've been telling you that I like shorts once we're back below the previous day low. I just don't short in between.
Stop fading me, bro. Stop
That's it,
fading me.
man. I'm not going to short in between the previous day close and previous day low. There's just no reason because I'm not sure if we get through those levels. So I'd rather just sit on my hands and wait. Now that we're through the previous day low, I'm like, oh yeah, let's see if we can grab a short. We can use the previous day low as our resistance.
So there's the safe target. There's the safe target, guys. I'm going to go ahead and move my stop to break even here.
This thing could come flying back up off this level, guys. So if you grab that short, I'm going to hold it because I'm going to see if we can get through it.
I think we get through it. We're through the VWAP here. ES, again, ES is kind of the next level, key level on ES 7708. No. That's where I think we're going to kind of go.
You 480, come on.
Yeah, bouncing back up a little bit.
Bounce right off that 480.
That's all right.
Well, I mean, I knew it. That's why I said 480 is your safe target.
That's also the end of the trend line liquidity there.
Yep.
So that's kind of what I was looking at. A little bit of the end of it. No diddle in the middle. I love the middle. That's the best part of a cake is the middle, right? Nobody likes the edges. No, wait a second. That's brownies. That might be brownies. That might not be cake. So hit the didn't hit the midpoint of the range, so we're technically still in premium here, guys. except for ES. ES is definitely not in premium. ES is it's already through the lows and everything. So
Yeah, the ES would have to get through 29. There's a pivot there on the 5 minutes on the ES. So
nice little pushback up here, though, about 30 points off that 85 level there. But you kind of expected that.
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can add one in if it pushes back up there to hit the VWAP / previous day low.
What kind of brownies? Q Mendez, I like all brownies. All brownies. They're good. Very good.
Good.
I love the sweet. I like cakes and brownies and stuff like that. I'm not into like candy as much. But Husk is more into candy. He loves candy.
The only candy I like recently is probably just mints. Not like your regular peppermint, some kind of mints that the wife buys.
She buys you those candies,
Whoa,
those
no.
mints. She buys them
She
because of the sab.
She actually buys it for her work. I just grab some.
Husk has a lot of sab, and his wife, she gets the mints for that reason. So, Husk, you know what the sab is?
No.
I can't say.
That's probably why, because I don't know.
It's an acronym. Anybody know what SAB stands for? SAB.
Oh.
I can tell you the first word. The first word is stank.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. What can you do? What can you do? But yeah, if ES gets down to 7708 area before we hit the low, no, Luke, that's wrong. Larry, you're close. You're close. But if it gets down there towards the 7708 too early, then I will, or before we hit the target, then I will probably lock in quite a bit of profit here. So last word is breath. You have to fill in the middle. So there you go. You got to fill it in.
So guys, whenever you see these little zones I have marked out on my charts, that just means that I will not take a short in these areas.
There we go. Devil got it. Let's go. Oh, goodness. Coach Fred in the house. How's it going? I don't know where I heard that saying at. Somebody used to say that all the time when I was in school. So, but congratulations on the winner of the accounts, guys. Let's
Nice.
do some good work with those free accounts. Make them stick. Make them pay. Maximum punishment. Make them pay. Husker, you thinking about locking in any profit here? You're short from what, 64 there? Or is it 20?
Since I've already hit the first 10 points, we will risk, like I said, the 5 or 6 points up to the previous day low. As long as previous day low holds, I'll just hold this last runner. And I may even try to add in if that can hold.
VWAP's right there. VWAP's at 27.
I wouldn't even mind doing a little add in there, even add one contract.
Yeah, I guess I could probably consider an ad as well. Putting in lower highs and lower lows here, very good sign for the shorts. So I think through the end of the day, we might resweep the low. It may take a while. There might be a manipulation candle or two back up, just kind of take out some of the shorts, some of the chasers. But yeah, I do kind of feel like it's probably, we're probably going to retest the low. We'll see though. We'll see what the rest of the day offers.
If we get through 480s, you should get a big push. 480s is the last of our resistance.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I'm looking here like realistically, 480s. I agree with you there. Like there's not much. You got a bid at 425, a little bit of resistance there, but like below there's a lot of room to the downside that you could just move pretty quickly through potentially. So we'll see. Oh, you haven't seen anybody with stink breath in years. You obviously haven't gotten close to people then. You keep your distance, and that's okay. I'm not against you keeping the distance. So not against it. I was at
Gotta-
the, where was I at?
Gotta have the mint, man. Gotta have the mint.
Somewhere, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and somebody walked by me and they didn't have stink breath, but they had something else stinking.
Maybe they forgot to wear their deodorant.
It was rough. I don't think they know what deodorant is. Probably. They didn't know. They were lost. They had no idea. All right, Husk, it's trying to test the 530 here. Key line in the sand. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. Ralph says it's going to rip. It might.
Yeah. It
It might,
does.
Ralph. I might add one more time just because Ralph says it's going up.
Let's see.
Just because Ralph teased me, just because he teased me and told me it was going to rip, I might add one more time. Ralph's long 481. I don't mind it.
Nice, Ralph.
All right. Let me see here. If I'm going to add, I'm going to go 3 micros. I forgot I got to manually do this. I'm going to add here. And I'm going to cover down here.
I'm just in 2 micros, so we will give it a little room.
I got a little ad there just for Ralph. Let's see if it works. Bang. Let's go. Another $60. We'll take it.
Would you long or you short?
Well, yeah, I just added into my short
Oh,
just for a quick 10 points.
what did Ralph short 41 or he long 41?
No, Ralph is long from 481. He's comfortably in the profit. So
Oh, he's long. Oh, yeah, he's longed out of this zone. That's a good long out of that zone.
yeah, he's comfortably in the profit. So it's not really fading Ralph because we're already short.
No.
But it's just having a good time. That's all. Just having a good time. Ralph, you closed out? Yeah, I think that's good. I mean, you got kind of this, you got a lot of resistance in this area here. You also got the obviously previous day close, the VWAP. I mean, 50 points is a great trade.
Heck yeah. Yeah, previous day lows always a good target to either try to grab 5 or 10 points or
Feels like we might get stopped here, though. We'll see.
59 is going to be kind of my line in the sand here. So back above 59, 58, we'll just close out this micro we have running here.
I feel like I should move my stop up. Yeah, it's not very, right now it's just a 35-point stop. Yeah, I'm going to give this the room it needs, guys. Since I'm going for a bigger target, I think it's okay to give it the room it needs. Again, if ES kind of gets above 40 there, we'll consider, if we're continuing kind of this down structure, then we should push back up into the midpoint range of this leg here and then kind of start back down. If we kind of break, structure here to the upside, get back above 630, that's where the concern would come in. That is 100 points higher, but we also have a big target down there, 200 over 300 points down. So Ethan declares for bankruptcy. Hey, it happens. Good thing is, Ethan, when you declare bankruptcy, you get a fresh start. You get a fresh start. Let's go.
Boy, we're just banging 10 points nonstop off that previous day low. We done added in twice for a quick 10 points added to the profit.
You see me over here holding Husk's hand.
Whatever.
I'm
Nobody
holding his
holding
hand.
Husk's hand.
I said re-enter Husk. Get in there. Get your little ad going. Oh, goodness. Get it going. So ES rejecting that 35, 36 area there, trying to get back below 30. Again, I fully expect ES to get down to 77.08. That's my thought process. That's where I would start considering longs. I would get interested in longs there on the ES down in that level. So that's about another, it's like 20 points down. It's not that big of a move. So
Multiple chances to get shorts off that 230, guys.
yeah.
Even if you get a cheap trade off of it and just see if you can get 10, 15, 20 points, a few micros or something without risking a whole bunch.
Yeah, get your micro in, Coach Fred. That's
Yeah.
right. Get it in there. Yeah, the thing is, guys, listen. you know, we talk about it all the time, and I am a product of doing it myself. Unfortunately, I know you shouldn't, right? What happens when you take a loss? Do you have the ability to walk away, take 5-10 minutes before you take the
Yeah.
next trade? Like that's the way you keep your account. I failed to do that myself yesterday. You double size, you triple size, you quadruple size. Next thing you know, your account is flying out the window.
Yep.
So
I'm pretty good about not doing that on funded accounts, but evals, I do find myself doing that.
So if you're losing some accounts, if you're blowing some accounts, really, you know, take a look at maybe taking a cool down period after taking a loss, or even taking a win. After you take a win, take a 5-10 minute cool down period, because there is no setup. There's not a setup that occurs every 5 or 10 minutes. It's just not. So, you know, maybe give yourself a little cool down period and then come back and re-engage the market then when you're in a bit of a better headspace.
Yeah, because you don't ever get, boy, that second trade was a banger. 'Cause it
Never is.
It
And if
never
it is, you're just lucky. So
Dude, guess what I heard Tom say this morning? I don't know if we're rubbing off on him, but he wanted to say the Hulk smash, but he couldn't complete it. He couldn't find himself to complete the sentence. So
Hulk, he didn't complete it. Oh, come
no,
on.
he did not complete it. He
Weak
started. He
legs.
was getting a little bashful about it. So but he did.
Well,
bring it up.
to be fair, you don't really complete it either.
I
So.
know. I don't. I've never
I'm more of a
completed either.
ask for forgiveness type guy. So, you know, get in
Oh.
trouble and then just ask for forgiveness later. So
Come on, 80. All right, guys, this is the second push at 80. If we get through the 80, man, I feel like we could just go.
I mean, to be fair, boner candle is a term. You know, that's a trading term. It just is, right?
Yeah, I know. It
So
is. It is.
it's a term. So I'm okay with using it.
Man,
I am
if we could push through those 480s, I think we got next target down is going to be 390.
I am starving today, guys. I did not eat breakfast this morning. I slept in this morning, man, and I woke up at 9:03.
Whew.
I was so tired. I didn't have an alarm set or anything. And I woke up at 9:03.
The people at the great Chick-fil-A missed you this morning.
They did.
They're
They
probably
did.
like, "Where's Methodical? We don't see Methodical nowhere."
He's not here today. We got to
He's
send
pull-
out a search party.
He's pulling up in his Joe Dirt vehicle, smoking everywhere, like
Yeah.
backfiring.
The good
Oh,
old Joe
goodness.
Dirt. He's picking up his Hemi.
Yeah. He didn't make it to Chick-fil-A because he was picking up his Hemi. Oh, goodness.
What did he say? He said he was getting a chrome brake pad installed or something like that.
I think it's a foot, chrome foot, gas pedal or something.
Yeah, foot pedal. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, break the 80. Oh, it broke it. We should get the other candle.
The red rocket.
The red rocket.
No, Q Mendez, we don't have we did just hit the midpoint. We don't have a certain amount of trades we take every day. It's just until you kind of hit the target, you move on to another account, right?
Yeah,
And
if there's nothing happening, man, just don't take any. But we've actually got some decent movement. We got decent levels popping off. Like I said, previous day low. Kind of brought that up a while ago when I wasn't in a trade. I was like, I'm not going to trade shorts unless we're below the previous day low. And for longs, you can see we tried the long above that previous day close. We did get 10 points. It did go up about 30 points, but the runner got smashed.
so there's the midpoint of the range, guys. 463 tap there. We really want to see this little bit of support at the 480s turn into some resistance here. We don't really want to see price back into this 480, 490 range. We want to see it hold below there and continue lower. So let's see if this little support can turn into resistance for us and just keep pushing it lower and lower and lower. Husk is drawing the box there for a little extra, gives a little extra support. The market knows that the box is on Husk screen.
This is the area we stayed in. This is the area you're either going to add in or you don't want it back above 511.
Yeah. So see if it holds here, push it back down. Keep it going. Now, if we can start building structure, I talk about this all the time. If you kind of hit the midpoint there and you're kind of just holding above it, that's not a good sign for shorts, right? If you hit it and your next 5 or 6 candles are above it, it's probably going to go back up. But if you can kind of get below that midpoint, build a little structure below the 50% mark, you're probably going to get some continuation lower. So we'll see if price can get kind of below the 458s and start building some structure. Looks like it wants to push. Still looking like it might want to push, but let's see. Give it time. Give it time. No need to panic yet. No need to panic yet. Let's go. Yeah, the nano contracts are coming out. I don't really know when. What do they say? Like late August?
I'm not
think
sure.
I
I
saw.
haven't seen a date. The only thing that worries me about the nanos, I didn't know how well the fees were going to be. I mean, that seemed like, shoot, I get hammered on fees on micro sometimes.
From what I heard, and whether or not this is true, I don't know. I heard that if you make 5 points with a nano, that's a dollar, right? I mean, I guess that's yeah.
Yeah, 20 cents.
Or wait, if you have
500.
if you have 5 nanos for 5 points, you make $1, I think, after the fees. I could be wrong there. I don't know. We'll see. Anyone named Isaiah here? Isaiah, are you in the chat? Trader H is looking for you. He's not a stalker. He's just looking for you. I hope he's not a stalker. Back to the 9 EMA on this push back up on the 2-minute chart here. So again, this is kind of where we want to see this kind of hold below. Still just putting in lower highs and lower lows here. Until it breaks structure, there's no real concern here with the short. You just let it go.
Yeah, possible there on that one.
Abhishek gets pedicures.
I get
Abhishek.
1 or 2 of those a year, at least one. I get one before we go on the beach or something. You can't have you don't want no gross toenails or nothing out there on the beach, man.
Husk is going to be getting a pedicure, guys, on Friday.
Yeah.
The lady's going to be in there with a grinder.
The wife takes me to get a pedicure before we go on
Sparks.
vacation. She's
Sparks
like,
are going to be
"You gotta
flying.
Clean up, sir. Clean up."
Everything's going to be going everywhere. All kind of toe fungus, follicles.
Got to make sure she put on eye protection.
Yeah. She's got to wear a mask and something over the eyes. So that's what she's got to do. Husk gets in there and he says before he goes, he gets in there and he kind of shines his feet up a little bit. He didn't want it to be too gross for the ladies or the man, whatever it is.
I think they're all ladies.
No, I mean, sometimes
I
they're
think
men.
there is one guy in there. I'm not sure. I don't know. My wife goes to that place like every single Monday or every other Monday or something.
So
every other Monday. That's it. Every other Monday.
When you're not there, she asks for the guy. When you're there, she says, "No, I only ever see the women."
No, she's a every 2-weeker nail person.
Yeah, but the Dumb and Dumber when they get their toes. Yeah, that is funny. The big curl over toes. Dumb and Dumber was such a great movie. So funny. Husk wife sees Pedro. Let's go.
I'm here for Pedro.
Pedro.
That's what's his name from Napoleon Dynamite, huh? Vote for Pedro.
Oh, it could be. I was thinking of a different Pedro. I was thinking of the one from Varsity Blues. Anybody know Pedro from Varsity Blues?
No, I don't know if I remember that one.
Pedro from Varsity Blues.
What's holding us up here, guys, is at 729. We got a 5-minute pivot on the ES, and the ES is struggling to get through these 29, so it's kind of holding up the NQ here. So
yeah, Mastermind, it might take till the end of the day. Pedro definitely wasn't the pig. No, Pedro was a nickname. Yeah, he was a nickname in the movie.
Yeah, that's when the teacher asked him that could they name all the different names, and he was sitting there naming all the different names, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That's what we thought. Oh yeah, definitely some Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite.
Vote for Pedro. That was a great movie too. I heard that was a
Yeah.
very low budget movie.
Oh yeah.
That one of the, I guess, can't even remember the guy's name. Whoever Napoleon Dynamite was, he got paid like a couple $1,000 to do the movie. So
Push it.
let's hit that like button, guys. Where are we at on likes? Did we get to
I
300?
know.
Let me see.
Dude, we banged out some likes today from starting over. We're at
252.
252, still almost 50
Yeah.
likes, so pretty good. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys were able to find a couple little winners here in the midst of things today.
Yeah, just shorts. I mean, that's pretty much what I've done all, since we kind of got the SMT at the high up there. You had one more manipulation back up after we ran the overnight high. And then after that, it's just been down from there. Just kind of been down. So I do think that we probably get back down there and hit this 930 wick down there by the end of the day. Let's see. I'll hold this. I'll leave my stop where it is, and we'll just let this thing roll. We'll come back and see what happens.
Do all the kids go back to school tomorrow? Did your kids go back to school
Yeah,
tomorrow?
well, yeah, they go back to school tomorrow. They had to go to the dentist today. They got haircuts over the weekend, and then
Okay.
yeah, the dentist. My youngest was supposed to get his first teeth cleaning today, but he said he wasn't about that life. So now he threw up, I guess, on his way to the dentist. So
No.
Gonna
Guys,
have
this 380 just don't want to give it up.
it's that midpoint right
480.
there. Yeah, it's just that
Yeah.
midpoint. It's just
463.
you want to see a candle kind of close below there and start, like I said, start moving its way lower. So
All right.
I hate the dentist too. I'm not a fan of it, day trade, Tom. That is my least favorite place to go.
I'm just going to go to break even here, guys, since we're kind of almost at the bottom of the hour. Because was able to at least add in 2 more times up here for 10 more points on both of those contracts. So
Everybody in the
Cool.
chat, everybody type paper hands in the chat.
paper hands. Yeah,
Paper hands husk. Paper hands in the chat.
go with the P hands.
He's moving his stop. What is he doing?
Dude, I put it on break even. Come on.
That's just terrible. Terrible. No break even. Target. Only target. Choo, choo, choo.
Hands.
Oh, let's go. I mean, I do we are kind of holding above the 50% level. It's not something that I'm a huge fan of, but I do feel like it breaks here eventually. Let's get it down there.
Yeah, Uncle Husk.
Not Uncle Unk.
Unk.
Unk. He's Unk. Unk Huss.
I'm going
Husk.
to guide you. I'm going to show you the way. I'm going to take care of you.
Guys, remember the new rapid plan end of day is just $126 using code YouTube. It's a one-time fee, daily payouts, no consistency in the funded, no intraday daily drawdown, no payout cap, 90-10 profit split, no daily loss limit. If you didn't know, I figured I'd let you know. There we go.
Short from 626. Heck yeah, man. Nice.
I'm short from 629. Just a slight better entry, just slight.
Look at Sam with the big win. That's awesome, man. You shorted at the top. Man, I was trying to long up there above the previous day close. We got our 10 points.
Yeah, he did say 626. I'm at 529. I didn't notice that. Great job, Sam.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I do think I was short up in that area, but with my ads down below, it pulled the average down a bit. Pull the average down. Uncle-licious. Huss goes by Uncle-licious in some circles.
Nice.
Yep, Uncle-licious. That's a good one. Listen, I'm allowed to get the numbers wrong a little bit occasionally. Husk has been calling out the 200 level all day. He's like, I'm short from 250, and we're nowhere near 250.
They all be running together sometimes.
Yeah, it
Let's see if we
does.
can get through the 63s. Get through the 63s. We should get another push.
Let's get it down there. Just get below the low of these candles and continue lower. Again, ES just kind of grinding sideways here, not really doing much. So,
Guys, if we could, we would hang out here all the way until close. See, because I think this thing's gonna go down the rest of the day. We got any numbers or anything coming out today?
not really. Husk, what I want you to do is take your hand, reach up above your head, grab that candle and pull it down.
Yeah.
It's just right there above your head. You can do it. Pull that thing down.
Maybe one day we'll get to do something like that.
Drag it on down. It
Maybe
could
one
be
day.
Mal Mini, like the ES here. I think as long as the ES kind of holds below 50, I'd say 45 to 50 level. I think that the shorts are okay. If ES gets back above that 45 to 50 zone, then you're probably going to see us rip back to new highs. But as long as it kind of holds below there, I think that 77.08 is kind of in play. So
What do we think's gonna happen with SpaceX when they release all them shares tomorrow? Think we're gonna go down a little bit, maybe?
I think people will buy them, and then we'll see what happens. I have no idea. I have no idea.
That. I've been wanting to buy in some SpaceX, but I know they said they're supposed to release a bunch of shares tomorrow and sometime at the first of the year.
Guys, if you did not know, it is Husk's lifelong dream to go to the moon.
No.
So
whatever. I don't even like being in a plane.
He wants to go to the moon. That is true. Husk doesn't like planes. So it would be fun to see Husk on the moon, though, right? Be able to look through the telescope and have him wave at you. Let's go. That's what we need to do. Guys, in just about 1 minute here, we have Lunch Money with Matt coming up. Rocket Scooter will be joining the stream here in just a few minutes. Husk and I will be on our way. So if you guys haven't already hit that like button for us, subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed, we do appreciate it. Once we get to 70,000 subscribers, Husk and Tom are going to do a little dance, little shindig. Husk has been working on his. We're going to perfect it while we're at the beach next week. I'll upload a couple of short videos of Husk dancing in the sand, and you guys decide whether you like it or not. You can vote and choose which dance you want him to do. So,
oh goodness.
Of course, he hasn't agreed to any of this, but hey, you know.
Got a little print under the 480s here, so that's nice. Finally, let's see if we can stay under the 80s here. Nope.
As soon as it printed, it just kind of bounced right back up in there. It did kind of turn that resistance, or that little support area into resistance, though. It is really trying to hold below the 490. So that is a pretty decent sign. We'll see.
Remember guys, if you're planning on buying an account for MyFundedFutures, code YouTube. It helps support all the wonderful traders that you watch throughout the day.
All right. ES just did a little rip right back up to 36 right there pretty quickly.
Yeah, the ES is holding that freaking pivot at 29.
Feel like I felt a sneeze coming on, so I had to mute myself real fast. Oh, listen, I got the mute in. That's a professional streamer right there. I got the mute in time. You guys heard nothing. Nothing.
All right, we're going to at least lock in 15 points. This way, if this thing comes back, we're not taking zero. We don't want that.
Locking in nada. I'm locking in 0 exactly.
Remember, guys, short off that previous day low, that 480 was your safe target because I just wasn't sure what was going to happen under the 480 and around this 480 spot.
Yeah, that's also the end of the trend line like we talked about there. That's really your safe target, but we did push through there. We are kind of grinding lower, so we'll see what happens. But guys, that's going to do it for Husk and I for today. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. We do appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Howdy, chat. Hello, chat. How are you guys doing today? All right. Good to see you all. Okay. Well, I didn't do too much today. I drew, so welcome to the show. I drew 2 things this morning. 2 things. I drew a orange dot right here. And I drew an orange dot right here.
And I'm going to show you what I mapped out in the last couple of days. See, after we had our big dead cat bounce on Tuesday, the question in everybody's mind is, are we back to April? April-like rallying, right? We've all been waiting because we all missed out. Well, not missed out. Why the hell is there an RSI on my chart? Oh my God, I'm about to vomit. Where did this come from? I must have been making fun of it at some point. All right. Wow. I was probably demonstrating it to somebody or something a long time ago. When I loaded up the layout, it was there. Oh, blah. All right. Anyways, that feels better. That gave my eyeballs AIDS. Okay. So, right. So we had April happen, and a lot of us, the vomit. A lot of us were like, crap, we don't want to miss out on this, right? And so every single time the market's moved, we've all been like, okay, this is the time. And this is the first time in a while where we've had an April kind of like move. However, under bigger scrutiny, this is not like April at all. And we go back next up, Bollinger Bands. Y'all want me to do it? You want me to make my charts? You want me to put some stochastics on here? Oh, I'll do it. Oh, I'll do it. So this is actually not like April. I told myself after the big run up here, I drew this and I put these little gray dots on the path. This was here. So at the end of the day, at the end of this trading day, the first thing I did was go at night and draw on this chart what you see here. I pathed out what I thought the next 2 or 3 days are going to look like. And they look like this. Okay. And so far, so good. I've been pretty right. The first thing I said was that we would go up to about here, 30, 40, then sell to there, then double top, then fall to there, then rally to there, then sell to there. So if you want to look at what I did 2 days ago, was I mapped it out pretty darn good. Now, I don't know how this plays out because this is that telltale sign. But normally when you have a day where the market's consolidating, and you get this day where the market goes up in Asia and up in Europe and then up in the US and then closes at a high, you almost always get a follow through. And then fairly often, especially when it's the exhaustion move of a breakout, do you test that entire range to see what happens next? Now, the question that I have is that the market's probably doing something like this, okay, before it rallies up. I think that's exactly what we're going to get. And why do I think that? It's because unlike April, and again, I could be wrong, and this can just be the green day today, and then who knows what's going to happen next? I don't know. But the reason I think it's like this is because in April, the difference was we had uniform buying and everything. Back here at the beginning of April, you can load up anything, and I mean anything. Let's do it. Let's go back in time. Shall we? You can go back in time. Here, everything ran up. Pick something. Pick anything. JP Morgan. Back in April, rallied. I don't know. Johnson & Johnson. Back in April. Actually, Johnson & Johnson didn't rally. A little bit. A little tiny bit. But actually fell. Well, okay. But nothing was selling off. Some things were rallying. Most things were rallying hard. But the point is everything was moving. Chip stocks. Straight up. Right? Everything was running. I don't know. ConocoPhillips. So how about oil? Maybe oil, not as much. Yeah, oil is probably coming down. But the things that were selling weren't crashing a lot, and things are rallying hard. That's what I'm saying. But just about across the board, almost everything in April was not bearish. Here's like GE was moving up. You know, I don't know, Caterpillar moving up, right? You had everything being bought at once. And this was the takeaway from what April was. April was a squeeze on chips. And it took everything with it, right? The market had been wound up tightly since like the government shutdown thing in the previous year. And we were kind of winding up just this right here. I mean, when you just wind up and wind up and wind up and wind up, there's a lot of people trying to fade the market, and you just squeeze them all out. And then you have the second phase run of the rally, which exhausts. This right here doesn't feel like this right here. The trading felt a lot different. And when I say felt a lot different, these days weren't like, 8, 9, 10% days that just went up really quickly. They were like days that just would move and then they'd pop and then they'd hold and then they'd pop and they'd hold and they would just slowly push higher, right? This was different. This was a day that just went like straight up very quickly and then was choppy along the way. This is what an exhaustion squeeze looks like. This is everything that happened here squeezing again a second time, just like everything here happens squeezed again here. But somehow in the squeeze, we picked up a rally because conditions changed, right? The Iran had some hype and some hope around it, and conditions changed a little bit. So now the moment of truth is, how's this market playing out? I don't think we're doing this. I don't think this is what we're doing at all. But I do think that this day and non-farms tomorrow, that tomorrow is a day that ends up here at minimum to confirm a rally. We need to retest this at some point to support. The fact is, after 2 days of rallying, we started selling pretty hard. I don't think today's the day that we break out. This key level I drew right here happens to be around the midpoint. But in reality, what it is, it's when the market finally broke out, this is where it anchored in Europe to anchor that rally that started here. So this is the support of the breakout. And if there is a rally, this is the support we won't break. So the reason I have a line drawn right here at like this 935 level is that non-farms could get us right down to here. And then we hold here. And then I can be like a bigger bull for a bigger breakout. Today, not everything's rallying. You can look across the board, Costco, Kroger, some of your consumer staples are selling off, some of your telecom, not everything, but Verizon, AT&T selling off, T-Mobile a little bit, Amazon's down, Meta's down, but then across the board, your Apple, Microsoft, Micron, ABGO, AMD, your chips again are bright green. So the market's doing some heavy rotation back into the chip sector. And it's just a matter of time before everything else picks up some steam. Now, the question we all have is today that day? And I don't think today is that day that picks up steam. I think today is the day that the market ends up here. And then it's non-farms, we're here and here and here. Why? Because after the dead cat bounce, you usually retrace a little bit of it. And if it's a strong April-like rally, we would have rallied right here. But in the Asia sesh, we started selling. In the Europe sesh, we started selling. In US, we rotated heavily into chips when everything else was sort of flat to down. And not everything is strongly selling. Now, this is a liquidity pocket on the monthly maps on NASDAQ, which is where we would support over on the NASDAQ, which also supports all the way at that open from there. So you have today's that open is where we supported. But I've been trading enough to know that when you sell off in Asia, you sell off in Europe, and you sell off in the US, that's a different story. You don't have everybody just profit taking. And also when you never break session lows after the first consolidation high on a dead cat bounce, usually is formulating resistance for a lower low. Again, I'm not bearish, but I would like to be a bull from a lower low. You know what I'm saying, guys? What I'm saying? Which is why this morning I mapped this out, and let's map it out in the future. Let's try to be even better at this. I drew my toilet down here. Like I said, this is the support. I'd love this to be here by tomorrow. And I think if we close below Asia lows here, like we close below the 29,450 level, if we close here today, we are going to open and trade down with velocity tonight. Remember, VIX is the thing we need to pay attention to. And right now, S&P has retraced back to a solid support. And VIX is kind of coming down a little bit, which is almost telling me that there might not be a flush tonight unless we get some volatility right out the door. And again, this is based on the S&P and not the NASDAQ. So In the next couple hours, we'll probably bounce around here and it will make a decision by the end of the day. I don't think we have any major tech earnings anymore. We had SanDisk, I believe, was yesterday. I think Berkshire Hathaway is today or something. I don't know. Looks like this thing is frozen here. We'll circle back to that. Okay, let me see. It froze a little bit. The real question is, how do we fare overnight? If this tries to press higher and hits here then sells, who knows? But I think that I comfortably would want to support a bigger rally if we flush to here, and then I'd have a red day and then a green day I can get on. Just retracing this whole thing, right? Just confirms the stronger bull market. And I'd like to see everything rallying to confirm that, right? Not just a couple of things rallying. I like to see the whole market get behind this. And when you look at the heat map today, it kind of looks good. It doesn't look terrible. There's obviously it seems to be a lot more green than red in the large market caps, which is just pretty nice. I don't know. So chat, what do you think? You flushing for the day? Are we going to get down to 28.9, flush out every part of this big green candle for non-farms tomorrow? What do y'all think? Is my spidey sense right? Is my hunch right, chat? Is my hunch correct or what? Or am I completely missing the mark here? Just a couple of banks after market. Actually, no, nothing after market that's that big. Petro Brazil. Petrobras. Nothing really huge aftermarket today. And then I think it's like Friday is Berkshire Hathaway. What else is big on Friday? Not anything else. We may make new lows. Yeah, I don't think we make like new lows like market crashing new lows. But again, keep your eye out tonight. The two things you want to make sure is that VIX futures don't break 1774, right? If somehow overnight we make our way there, this will spell out some bad news, like this is going to flush more of this before we turn up. But the question everybody has, anytime you run up and you retrace that distance right there on the move, that this is maybe bullish. If it's an April sort of thing, this is your spot, right? And I know a lot of people, especially me, is like, man, I don't want to miss out on an April. Where's the entry point? But man, I'm telling you, when I mapped this out 2 days ago. I was like, man, we hit that 935 level. Let's be golden. Like, this is where I went along from. And again, all you, people that spent $6,000 on a trendline course, here you go. Let me have some fun. Oh, yeah, it feels so gratifying. Look at that. Bouncing off the trend line there. Actually, just kidding. The trend line's a little lower. I'll check the trend line class from the chick in the bikini. There it is. Right there. There you go. It'll bounce right off that thing. Which that's what you want. No, that's a bad joke. Let me be professional here. You want it to bounce on that thing. And you talk about trend lines is what you want to bounce on. I don't know where your mind just went there. I was talking about trend lines, okay? That's what I'm talking about. So there you go. It lines up with the momentum of the market. I was just making a big joke. So there you go. So essentially like this consolidating range, and those of you ICT traders, put your 4-hour candle on here or whatever, and you'll say, look, it's creating a gap. Maybe so. Do you go crazy style? What's crazy style? Teach me about it. Like, like this area right here, right? Y'all call these the gaps or whatever, where you have consolidating range and you break and they have consolidating range. As long as this quote unquote gap or whatever, like this high doesn't break, we should be good to hold. So my ideal situation, is that I'm a little more patient and then I get my little flush here for non-farms. And then, maybe we're down here all day. And then, Monday we can pick up the momentum and everything starts to move like that. Like chop its way up rather than, I don't think we're V'ing up like in April. There's too much rotation in and out of things. Not everything's moving all at once. Not all the stocks are at all-time highs. Like I think 80% of the stocks in the US stock market aren't even at all-time highs, even though the S&P's at all-time highs. So you got to get a lot of them. We just don't have that momentum, and we haven't had it for a while. April being a fluke, I don't think this is another April building up right now. I think it's going to be a nice, beautiful, choppy, wavy bull market like this. This was a one-time fluke right here inside the run-up. So as long as we stabilize down in here, which is above there, we should be good. So like I said, ideally, I'd like to see us get to there today. If we can close closer to 200 at end today, then there's no big earnings to push this up or down either. We're kind of just hinging on current events and news and, general sentiment. Do I like long wicks? Do I? Long's the way to go. Long wicks are the best wicks. Love the double stream days with Matt. Hey, what's up, Frog? Good to see you again, man. Anywho, that's my thought today. I made one trade, literally one trade, in a funded account that I have with a prop firm. That's already. So here's another thing. I'm in a prop firm that's pushing me live. I've been with them for. After 2 weeks, they said at the end of the month, we're going to push you to live. And they told me this morning, congratulations, you're going to live. They gave me a warning. They're like, you're trading too good. We're pushing you to live. So that's kind of neat. So the fact that I knew that, this account had roughly like 13,000 balance in it. And you can carry 10K of that over to your live account. So all I did was goof around in this account. I actually shorted right here. And then took a little bit of a loss, and that trade looks like it took off. But the reason I didn't trade any further is because I'm going live, and I didn't want to risk losing any more money. I probably lost $2,400, I think, in this one. I had $1,400, and I lost like 25, and then I'm down to about like 11 and some change. So without risking losing any more, I'm going to live, this week anyways. There's no reason for me to trade it further. But yeah. Not about the size of the wick, but the direction of the body. Ayo. Any news from MyFundedFutures when they will offer level 2 data for NinjaTrader and deep charts? That I don't know. I don't know anything about level 2 data or prop firms with level 2 data, as I don't ever ask because I don't use level 2 data. And if you have a strategy that requires it, I'm not really sure. But I don't know if prop firms are springing the extra money to get you level 2 data. I don't know any prop firms level 2 data or not. I don't even buy level 2 data personally, even in my real brokerage accounts. It's never been of any use to me. So, I'm not really sure. I never go out of my way to get it. So I also take losses, doppelganger Matt. Yeah. Well, this one was also because, let me explain this trade fully. Actually, it was kind of dumb. Somebody right here was like, hey, I can only trade 5 micros with that firm. And I was like, you can trade more than 5 micros. I was like, look, and I just shorted. I shorted up to like 40, I think. I just kept shorting until it let me. Somebody said you can go to 50. I was like, look, like I'm shorting like 10, shorting 20, shorting 30. And when I did that, the market just popped it there. I'm like, let me close out of that really quick. Because I knew I had $3,000 or whatever to play, or $4,000 to play with. That's going to be going up vapor anyways. Just to be funny, I shorted 30 plus micros just to show that you can do it. And I was like, oh, well, let me get out of that. Then I got in the 10 on that short at the top. And actually, the funny thing was I shorted 10 here. And then when it popped to there, it actually literally closed out right there. It looks like it got the little bit of a scalp off of that. But either case, you can treat today like a big glorified sitting out day. I'm going to see if this does flush or not. I'm not really sure. Resilience and arbitrage are both down. NASDAQ and S&P both down. We are holding monthly hedge pressure. There is a second wave of buying in some of the bigger chip stocks today, chip makers. Again, a little second wave here. It's squeezing a little bit. Maybe that gets us out of the hole. I don't know. But we shall see how today plays out. A big news tomorrow morning with the dot barbs. Right? That's all big tomorrow. And we're going to pre-price that in today, right? So today's movement is also going to be priced a little bit of that in. We were down at 57K last time with the 88K estimate. So we're estimating some growth. I think the ADP numbers, don't misquote me on that. When they came out earlier in the week, came as a miss. Yeah, they did. And they came in not only as a miss, but they missed off of last time's. And again, this is a lot of times noise and seasonal kind of works into the stuff. But the ADP numbers have been sort of cycling lower over the last 3 or 4 reads like this. And so the estimate for ADP was going to be a 68. We came in at 44. So we actually missed the estimate 3 out of the last 4 times. And the previous, so it's been coming down. That being said, the jolts also show some coming down. So the interesting thing is when the jolts come down and non-farms come down, that usually means companies are closing jobs out, not filling the role, but they're getting rid of the job, becoming more efficient. You know, when you would see jolts coming down and new payrolls coming down, companies are like eliminating jobs, and maybe you got AI doing it or something. Maybe not really AI, but not really the best sign to see both of them coming down, the job market. The ISM numbers came out, the non-manufacturing employment number came out also as a miss. So like this employment situation is coming down with GDP being up. Any big changes in employment can always hint at the fact that GDP could come down. And so when we look at these non-farms, right, the question becomes, we've had a couple of stints like December and March. Remember, December and March are both very low before the big April rally, right? And then July was a pretty bad miss on the forecast. Like July 2nd had missed by half of what the forecast was. And now April's forecast is much higher than what we had. So we're estimating 88 on a 57, and what if we come in at 20 or less, right? Market will choke. And July the 2nd was the last non-farm. Let me show you what happened on that day. Let's go back. Market no likey. It crashed it for a day. I think that was that day. I think it was this Thursday right there. Not mistaken. Let me zoom out here. Come on. Give me the numbers, baby. Yeah. Hold on. Make sure I got the right day. This day. Yep, that's it. So, right. We had the non-farms come through, and the market certainly popped on that. Let's go here. Let me just zoom out back to July. That's not the. Wait, I'm not at the right spot, am I? Wait, where is it? That's February. Why is me so far back? There it is. Look at that. Look how good I am. I just zipped the chart to the right and I landed right on it. This is it right here. This looks like that's it. Yeah, there's a Thursday. All right. So what we did was we had the pre-market push right here. Bloom, 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 bloom. A little bit of selling. Boom, boom, boom. And then when U.S. markets opened, Europe was tanking, and then we tanked with it to go off of it. And then we continued to rally. But like a one-off sort of flush day is not impossible if the non-farms line up with ADP, which show to be probably a big miss, right? So with jolts coming down, it's unlikely that maybe ADP is just missing the date. Maybe ADP didn't pick up that data, but jolts coming down, ADP coming down could be that there are fewer people getting new jobs because there's fewer new jobs available, which could slow down GDP, which could be always seen as a bad thing. GDP growth is one of the deterrents of the Fed making any big changes, because the stance of the Fed is we're going to watch the data, and the data is, going to dictate our decision. And, watching employment, watching jobs, watching inflation, watching everything. And the good GDP and good wage growth is what's keeping the Fed from taking strong action. And again, if GDP, if non-farms tank tomorrow, Wall Street's going to immediately believe rate hikes are coming because it's going to cascade into inflation's creating problems, stunting job growth, and we need to act, right? If non-farms come in super good tomorrow and GDP is still up, obviously, then, maybe the Fed doesn't take action. So that's kind of where we are. It looks like here at lunchtime, we are picking up a little bit of steam at this half gap. Again, all my indicators are still pretty negative across the board. Nasdaq has rallied out the door right at the open. Sitting above half gap with negative resilience. Usually it's a sign of, the market's more comfortable here rather than here. Like this is the more comfortable spot for the market. But I think to finish out the next couple hours or two, I think we're going to still kind of play in here. And then we're going to close in some fashion. But I'll tell you, no matter where we are, I think my initial play, as long as we're below here, is to short on the overnight. As long as we're below MHP. Same as yesterday. That was my thought. If we're below MHP, I want to short this and keep fading this a little bit. But we'll see how today closes out. There's still some buyers. The last 30 minutes or so, we've seen a little inflection to the upside. Intel, Micron. But yeah, I'm not doing any trading today. I'm just chilling. That's my thoughts today. I would love, love, love to see that lower low that I drew. Is my entry point to the long side of the market. Now we're hitting MHP from the top. I mean, from the bottom here. A little bit of a poke up to that 29,570 level. Nice. My chart's back on the screen here. Let's take a look at the sort of hourly. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of buying pressure coming in across the board. This is actually not that bad. We're tracing sort of half of this distance. We went down, we went up. We're kind of equalizing here. We'll see how the market fares to finish out the rest of the afternoon. Like I said, I still got that suspicion that we burn through all of this by tomorrow. But a little bit of a push. Nvidia's got a little bit of a bump. Micron gets a little bit of a bump. Sellers have stepped away for lunch for the most part. Markets sort of retracing to the middle for lunch. Lunchtime slowdowns. Which stocks I recommend to have on a monitor and watch most of the time? Yeah, the ones I have on my little watch list to the right are kind of what I watch. For the most part, when I'm trading NASDAQ and S&P, what's most important to me are the big movers of that. And whatever era we're in, that'll be the biggest thing. There was a time when my watch list was all oil companies. There was a time when my watch list was all bank stocks. That's really the important thing, is to know where the money's flowing into most of the time. I mean, I have my watch list here, and off to the side, I've got a heat map. So I always have the heat map open. Oops. Like at all times, I got this open on my screen over there. So I get to look at and see, like, okay, you know, how's everything spread out? What's everything look like? Like in April, most things would be green. Now this, like more than most things, like almost everything was green in April for those weeks. This is just, you know, bullish with some big rotation. And when this stuff, when the bigger market cap is green, that's really what I'm focusing on, right? And I'll shift my watch list around a little bit in case like something's hot for the moment. You know, I might throw something bigger. Like these are some big healthcare companies or some oil companies or something. But right now, and probably the last, I don't know how many years, this has been my focus, right? You got to pay attention to Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA. Those are the big dogs. And then, of course, right now, the hottest thing, or the biggest movers, the brightest green chip stocks, right? Intel, Micron, ABGO, Marvell, Texas Instruments, AMD. All of that's in here. So that's really what I look at. What's topical and hot, and what's driving the market. Since right now we know that the news is all, you know, chips and Chinese chip makers and all this different back and forth with that. When those things, when something's moving 20% or 10%, or a sector is moving that much, I'm going to put that front and center and monitor it. Because what you really want to monitor is money flow. Is money flowing into the stock market or flowing out of the stock market? And net sum of things, people are always like moving money from here and putting it into there, trying to find the better play. When people are fearful of the stock market, they're going to be pulling money out. And when people are pulling money out, they're going to put money elsewhere, like treasuries or something. So on occasion, I don't keep it up full time, but on occasion I'll whip up and I'll monitor like what's going on in the treasuries. So I can put on like the ZN example. I can go see what the yields are doing. Now, again, we've been trending lower for the longest time. This really hasn't created an effect. But like in a stronger bear market, you're going to see people, you know, rushing in to buy this. When inflation is high, treasuries are going to tank. That's always a common thing to know, right? Inflation's high, people don't want fixed income returns because, you know, the yield that you gets eaten up by inflation. So you need a yield that's high enough to outpace the inflation. And so the prices are going to stay low because nobody wants to buy them when the yields are bad. Higher price, lower yields, lower price, higher yields. So people will only throw money into this when the yields are low. When people are scared of a bear market, they're not going to care about the inflation. They're going to try to not lose money. So they're going to chase into something like this, despite the inflation, when they're scared of the market. Ever since COVID, nobody's been that scared of the market, right? Inflation has just nuked the treasury market. So occasionally I'll whip that on there just to see if there's like, you know, like leading into COVID, there was this huge mad rush for this. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? And it just so happened, you know, like, believe it or not, you know, people were rushing into the safe play to ward off an inflationary environment. Like what the heck happened here? Like, you know, anyways, kind of keep eye on that kind of stuff. But in reality, the stocks on the right is tech stocks, chip stocks. That's what I always want to kind of pay attention to. That's the important thing. Yep. Mm. Now we see what happens today. Chat, are we in a flush mode or what? What do we think? Hit MHP flush out? What's the answer? Or we break through it and rally? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The S&P's making its move. I'll see. Be kind of crazy to see S&P at lower DD band today. If I get it right, I'm legendary. If I get this flush right and we flush to the toilet, like I said, to the toilet, I don't think it's gonna happen. It's been stable for the last hour, but again, if we flush to the toilet by tomorrow, let me give it some room. If we flush to the toilet, I'm legendary. I drew this 2 days ago. Let's roll it. Again, with little burp ups and stocks, it's not going to really have an easy time dropping. The resilience has been down. And again, if we start to see further like that selling sort of stabilized as people just dumped before they went to lunch, you can kind of see like literally at 11, like, oh, all right, lunchtime. Market's retracing and holding the middle a little bit. So I don't think it sells off unless something new happens. But then again, we could always open or close the straight. You know how that goes. News driven. Market just randomly choose a direction. Trump and everybody can solve the Iran crisis overnight, and then, or in the next 5 minutes, and then we have something move it, and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'd like to be the first one in. I'd like for people to think the market's crashing, and then it just crashed from underneath us. And then we hook a bottom when a day where everything's rallying up, and then we get another 2%, 2%, 2% Nasdaq day would be kind of nice. Ooh. That's also another thing is that S&P is actually trading gap down and traded down. Nasdaq is yet to find further lows though. We're actually seeing the reason for this is we are seeing people selling things and jumping into your Microns and AMDs in the world. Like that's where all the love is going today. That's where people are rotating in, thinking that that's the time to get in on these things. And it's been kind of a violent sort of couple of months for chip stocks. Like Intel's example, it's violent. Like people are like, okay, now's the time to get in. They're starting to get in waves, but it hasn't been like April style rally where it's just push and push and push and push and push. It's had a hard time ever since Intel's earnings, for example, has had a hard time breaking above where earnings took it. So while the people are still selling, they're more like in the mode of we're going to hold through it, right? It's kind of what it feels like. So we shall see. We shall see. You're giving ice cream to Matt if we flush. There you go. Daily looks beautiful. It kind of does, right? Yes, sir. I'll give me a second. I'll be back. Sorry about that. Forgot to take my medicine this morning. My don't die while midstream medicine, blood pressure, keeping that in check and low. Do I get kisses as an extra gift when you win the account? Kisses from who? From Abhishek? Who's giving out the kisses? Oh yeah, so how are you guys liking the new rapid plans that just came out? The ones that have end of the day rather than trailing on the buffer phase? Kind of nice. We can think about grabbing some of those myself. It's time that I did some MyFundedFutures again. I'm down for it. Losartan, bro knows it. Yes, sir. Got the Losartan. That's the way to go. That's the good stuff. Keep me alive for another day. The new accounts are brilliant. Yeah, they're really nice. Hopefully those this parameters stick around for the long haul. Man, I got a feeling that this market's not going to finish the day slow. Whether it's up or down, looking like up might be the answer now. But I feel like it's winding up and it's going to move quick. Whatever, it's going to pick a direction and it's going to move very quickly. Like it's not going to, I don't think it's going to slowly drift in the close from here. I think momentum's going to come back today. I don't know. What do y'all think? Kind of do the same as yesterday, but your gut says we do the opposite of yesterday, right? I feel it. S&P's lower target that I have is 7680, by the way. If we do flush, if I were to draw a toilet, it would be to here. If we lose MHP on the S&P, then the market's dumping pretty quick. Not sure if Nasdaq will pick all of that up because of the rotation. Because people might just be rotating into some of the Nasdaq stocks, but it is having a very hard time dropping from here. But let's see if that momentum starts to pick up a little bit. We're bouncing on VWAP on Nasdaq 5-minute. Oh no, which way do we go? Now we are half the distance of this little burp up there. The ES is going to dump now. Well, all the resiliences are getting slightly worse. MHP is still a pretty solid support. I think, man, with the way things have been moving, I'm pretty sure people are gonna honestly, let's see it flush. Let's hit that toilet today. Non-farm payroll dump. I'm gonna take a guess, and when I come back tomorrow, we'll see if I'm right. Non-farm is gonna be a huge miss. The way the market's been trading last couple of days, we got people holding through the chips and rotating pretty quickly into stuff and positioning themselves for tomorrow and holding through it. In general, the way the S&P's been trading, you can just see that there's just a big fear of that. Do I trade Nasdaq or do I trade micro? I'll trade micro Nasdaq. And prop firms, I usually trade micros. Just depends on the phase I'm at. If I'm trading like a 100K or 150K account, I might trade about a mini or two. But anything that's 100K or less is usually I can get away with 5 micros to 1 mini max on Nasdaq, and then double that for S&P. Been waiting for that flush. Yeah, man, I'm gonna get on a lower low. I want non-farms to kill this market. That would make me happy. Kill the market lower. Can I tell you something? I got this feeling. And maybe Nasdaq won't be the place where it happens, but just I have this feeling, right? And I've seen it before, but it starts like in a way like it's just going here and then it just does this, like just out of the blue. And of course up the same. Like I have a feeling that there's going to be just a flush in one direction, whether down or whether up. I don't think we're going to trickle lower from here. This is not going to do this and then this and this. Whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen quick. And it's not going to give people time to act. I feel like pretend it sells off. It's not going to be like this and like this and like this. Like it's just going to be like a and sit low and then sit low and then sit low if it does. Rally be the same way, right? The same way in reverse. Like we're sitting here and then it just sort of flickers up and just sort of holds here. I think that's the move. I think that chasing it also is a bad idea because I think we're going to get one solid move to finish out the day. Whatever way it goes. Maybe up. We'll see. Am I doubling contracts on S&P because it moves slower? It's this margin different, right? So S&P, if you do the math, when the Nasdaq moves 40 points, the S&P typically moves 10. So one contract of Nasdaq on 40 points is an $800 difference. One E-mini contract on S&P is a $500. So like for like, if you were just long Nasdaq and long the S&P and they both went up, Nasdaq would go up 8 for every 5 the S&P does. So 5/8 is the difference. So when you do the inverse, 8/5, that's 1.6 ES for every 1 in Q. Let me do the math there on how they're margined. So as a rule of thumb, if I'm trading one NASDAQ and I want the equivalent speed for the same percent move, I'll trade 1.6 NASDAQ or 2 to 3 to 2. So 3 S&P, 1 NASDAQ. If you want to be a little more conservative, double is a good conservative. You don't have to deal with fractions. So roughly 2 S&P for every NASDAQ. The way to do it. That's the way to do it, chat. So it's like how much they pay out per tick and how they're margined, how they're designed. And it's been that fraction for a very long time. How the F we not dumping yet? I don't know, man. S&P looks like it's dumping. Hold on. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. Watch it be the green candle instead of the red candle. Oh, I don't have it anymore. I said whatever's going to happen is going to happen quick. And if it's the downside move, then the downside move happens quick. Like it just falls and just stays there. And the reason we're not, again, there's still a strong push in Your tech stocks aren't dumping yet. Apple broke MHP today. That was the bad one. And Apple broke MHP and sort of hovered at the low here. Meta kind of in a bad spot. Microsoft, okay, right? You still have some things picking up some buyers here. And then, of course, all your chips are like green, 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 green. Almost back to 100 likes. Yes, sir. Chad, get those likes up today. Do me a favor, smash the like button. Get ready. Get ready for this close here. Well, on the way out, I got to get out here. Get ready for Ash coming up to finish out the day with you guys. And I got to go in about 5 minutes. But it's going to be, I think the next couple days are going to be very legendary as far as market moves go. I, for one, think it's bullish, but I don't think it's bullish like April bullish. I think it's bullish like this. Like it's like down, 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 update, down, update, down, and update. I think that's how it's going to go. There's too much rotation happening right now and not as much uniformity. There's people split on both sides. Market's very liquid and it's not bad enough to crash. But there's not this like uniformity of people are like rushing to all the things. For whatever reason, this is like the third or fourth or fifth time we've hit the same area of NASDAQ and rejected. And it's like 30,000 is just this like sticky place that it's not wanting to get out of. And we've been here since probably early May, June, and it's had a hard time. 30,000 has just been resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, and it's kind of like we're going to need something to get some momentum. I think as soon as we win the war again, I guess, might create that big effect. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow. NFP stream. Yeah, tomorrow morning I'll be streaming NFP. I start my stream at 8:30 in the morning, so I'll be covering NFP the minute it happens. I'll show up early for it. Oh yeah. All right, y'all. Love you guys. Definitely love you guys a lot. I really appreciate y'all supporting the channel. Thank you, Matt. I love your analysis. Somebody said, well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you are enjoying it. See how we finish today. What happens now? Why do we finish this day, chat? Yeah. Today I think we flush it out today. And not maybe not today, but by tomorrow. Maybe today's not the day it happens, but tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow we wick down and tap 28,935. I'm convinced. 600 points. Let's see. Who's ready for Ash, guys? Oh, I'm running out of time. It's lovely having you here, as it always is. Y'all are my favorite people in this world. We are sitting here. S&P is dropping below 77.29. Key level I've been watching. And we'll see what happens here. We either rally from here and squeeze everything out, or we have a mild, moderate close. And like I said, tonight, I think that this area right here has anchored us into what I think tonight's going to look like. If we close here, then tonight is like this. And I think, again, non-farms. And then once we hit that, once we bottom out this big candle we had on Tuesday, I do think that is an anchor to rally up. You can see there's a lot of people holding through a lot of stuff, but leaning to the non-farms, there could just be an event basically based on non-farms. So be careful when you're trading today and tomorrow and tonight, right? There's obviously tomorrow is a big event. But I'm excited for a stronger bull market. Monthly maps show it. I just would like to see one more low. And that's it. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Love you. Ash is here. See you later.
Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to another PM session with myself, Ash Trades. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody's week going so far? Very excited to get back on here with you all. Another day, another chance to gain some more conviction in our business. Let me just fix this camera. Somehow this camera always evades me a little bit. All right, I think that one looks better. Good afternoon, everyone. What's up? How's everybody's week going so far? Just going to welcome everybody into the PM session, and then we'll start talking about some of the charts here. Let's see who we have here today. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ann Ascent. Reading the numbers. How are you doing today? Wyatt, what's up? How's your week going? Rajdeep, how are you doing today? Jenny, good afternoon. Trevor, how's your week going so far? Zeph Side, how are you doing today? Abhishek, what's up? G Peralta, how are you? Melvin, good to see you again. ES Futures, what's up? How are you? Ash, Dad, Bro, good afternoon. What's up, Denside? How are you doing today? Everybody is doing great over here. Thank you for asking. Our week is going very well. I'm excited to hop into some of the information here with you all. Just going to take one more moment to say what's up to everybody, and then we'll take a look at this information. Silver Bullet, what's up? DeckU MFTV, how are you? Willy, what's up? Miss K, how are you? Bid Even, how are you doing today? AJ, what's up? How's everybody doing today? Fernando, what's up? Miss Trend Surfer, how are you doing today? Adam, how are you? Funded Shabam, how are you? Jax, what's up? Good to see you again. Sia Trades, how are you doing today? Rod, Tris, Lakith, how's everybody doing today? Izzy, P Long, Sebastian, how are you? What's up, everyone? Let's see how everybody's doing so far for this week. Throw a 1 in chat if you're green on the week. Throw a 2 in chat if you're red on the week. And throw a 3 in chat if you've yet to trade this week. How's everybody's week going so far? How is everybody doing so far with their trading? Starting off with some 1s. Let's go. Let's go. Starting off with some 1s. Okay. Couple 3s, couple 2s as well. Okay. Smoke Trades, how are you doing today? Good to see you again. Hey, Ash, how's it going? It's going great. I'm very excited to get another PM session in with you all. Just saying what's up to the community, and I'm about to hop into the information here. Good to see that everybody's doing well. I want to start on the higher time frames. I want to walk through some of my bias. That way everybody understands the logic and the decision making that I'm looking at here. So let's hop out here on the daily time frame. Okay, because this is essentially going to be my entire reasoning for my logic. Okay, plain and simple. We're inside of a daily gap. Because of that, I'm going to look for continuation higher. Okay. Now, just a quick note on that. Yes, I am bullish, but understanding the economic calendar, everybody knows that we have non-farm payroll tomorrow. Okay, so I would not be surprised if the move that I'm looking for here would end up happening during non-farm payroll tomorrow, because that's an important data point. Everybody wants to hear about non-farm payroll. That's why it's a red folder on the economic calendar. Okay. Before all this war news, NFP used to be one of our most volatile news events. Recently, Trump and any of his comments or any war news, that has really taken over the volatility nowadays. But, you know, we used to look at the economic calendar for all of our volatility, and NFP and CPI were some of our largest drivers. So that's leading me to say, I am bullish, yes. I'm looking at this bullish fair value gap, yes. If I had any kind of idea because of the NFP being released tomorrow morning, I think that we'll wait to make that move for tomorrow morning. So essentially, that's trying to shape the idea that I'm looking for here, okay? What I'm looking for is, right, maybe just some more consolidation into the end of today, thinking that everybody's just waiting for that data point. And then heading into tomorrow, look at previous day low, wherever it ends up being, right? Because today hasn't closed yet. But look at previous day low for a divergence against NQ to then engage with that idea, right? So same exact thing here on NQ, right? NQ looks, although we both swept previous day low, although we're at the same percentage change here, NQ making this buyer's wick does make it look a little bit stronger. There's no real divergence here, but just seeing the buyer's wick on NQ definitely kind of makes it a little bit, you know, more bullish than seeing this consolidation here on ES. But very simply put, for both NQ and ES, I'm going to look for the bullish fair value gap on the daily time frame to provide support for continuation higher. As you guys saw in, what was that? Was that this week's analysis, or was that last week when I was on with Terry and Tom? I don't remember if it was Friday or the beginning of this week, but I was explaining why I was going to be looking for continuation higher. And it's because we are displacing through all-time highs, right? So like, just a quick note on that for anybody that didn't see that information. Here's the previous all-time high. Whoops, hold on. Let's try that again. Previous all-time high there, right? So instead of getting rejected from all-time high, right, I'm drawing my own candle to show you a rejection, right? A huge upside down candle that closes back below all-time high with a huge seller's wick. That did not happen, right? We did not get rejected from all-time high. Instead, we displaced right through it, closed decisively above it, and left an imbalance here. So for that reason, instead of looking for a rejection from all-time highs, I'm looking for continuation, seeing how decisively it displaced through all-time highs. Okay, so if there's any questions about that, feel free to throw it in chat. Pretty straightforward information there. Just looking for continuation higher from the daily gap for both NQ and ES. I just personally may wait here this afternoon thinking about NFP instead of trying to force any longs here during the PM session. Knowing that NFP is tomorrow morning, I think the move's probably going to happen tomorrow morning. Okay? So this is also going to shape the long position that I had this morning. And we're going to go over that here shortly. But I just wanted to do the top-down analysis first, get the higher time frames in, get the bias in first, so that everybody understands the idea. But this is what I'm looking for moving forward. I want to also get over to euro and dollar as well, because it does play a factor. Right, so this is what I'm looking at for ES. This is what I'm looking at on NQ. Yeah, I do think we did have the conversation, right? Because didn't I? We did the prediction. That's what I was looking at. Yeah. Okay. So this is still the same information that I'm looking at on NQ. We did go over this longer term prediction here. We are beautifully getting supported from the change in the state of delivery that we spoke about. Right? Who remembers this right here? Right, we did a prediction of whether we thought NQ was going to go to, where's 2R? Right in here. Yeah, 33,500. We did an early prediction of seeing whether NQ was going to go to 33,500 before the end of 2026. And I'm still standing on that, right? That my bias is aligning with that. And I love to see the type of price action that's occurring at the change in the state of delivery here on the daily time frame. Right? Look at how it's getting supported. Right? It looks like it's getting supported from the change in the state of delivery. The reversal on the daily time frame. And we have the equal highs to aim at. All right. So if you weren't here to do the first prediction, before we move forward, I want to hear if you're just seeing this information for the first time, if you weren't here during the first live stream that we pointed to this, I want to hear your prediction right now. So type 1 in chat if you think we can make it to 33,500 before the end of 2026. I forgot the word end. Hold on. I'm literally missing a word. Or type 2 in chat if I'm completely cooked and I'm absolutely wrong. I'm going to get ran over. This will be a stop loss. Type 1 in chat if you think we're going up here by the end of 2026. Type a 2 in chat if you think I'm completely wrong. What do you all think? What do you all think? Lots of ones. So are you telling me there's only bulls in chat? Are you telling me there's only bulls in chat? Don't play me like this. Because every time I take longs here on the afternoon stream, you guys are always looking for my stop loss. We can't all be bullish now. No way. You guys are always looking for my stop loss when I'm over here longing during the PM session. Now all of a sudden we're all bullish. Come on. Of course, when ES is already at all-time highs, right? We just had to get to all-time highs first to become bullish. Man. Ash, can you look at NQ? It's kind of going down. Let's see. Let's see if NQ is going down. Kind of going down. Let's see. All right, so now we just discussed the higher time frame analysis. So let's just make sure we change the perspective here a little bit, right? That's a longer term view. That is my overall bias. That's my higher time frame order flow. So I do want to be aligned with the higher time frame order flow. But now this is where I say the information on the lower time frame is not aligning with that idea. So this is another reason why I don't plan on taking a trade here during the PM session today, because of this right here. Okay, so take a look. Let's remove some of that higher time frame analysis now. And now we'll see how that the lower time frame doesn't align with the higher time frame, right? So NQ went above these highs, correct? Let's see, was this the 1015 high? 1015 high. So we have bearish SMT. NQ ran above the 1015 high when ES did not run above the 1015 high, right? So this is bearish SMT at the highs, and that doesn't align with a higher time frame bullish bias. So that is the logic to me saying that's why I'm not going to look for a trade here. If I'm bullish from the higher time frame, but the lower time frame is not aligning with that, then it doesn't sound like a higher probability situation to grab that long, right? So that would be a moment of just waiting. Instead of executing, just wait, right? But you can see it here. So the 1015 high was not swept out by ES. It was swept out by NQ. After it got swept out, we had a bearish change in the state of delivery. So in my opinion, it just doesn't look like the lower time frames are saying it's time too long right now. It's looking like it's a time to be patient, and the time to be patient until is probably going to be NFP tomorrow morning. So now that we've gotten through the higher time frame logic, now that we've gotten through the bias, and then we got down to the lower time frame to understand how we're going to approach this PM session, throw in the chat if you have any questions. Does that top-down analysis make sense? Is there any questions about it? Please let me know. I'm gladly heading over to chat now so we can go back and forth through it. If I did miss your question earlier, please throw it in chat again. I was focusing on the analysis. Okay? Ash, are you standing? Yes. The holy grail to trading. I've told you guys this before. The best strategy in the market, okay, is a standing desk. Okay? You have to get a portable desk, an electric one where you can sit and stand. This is the reason why, right here. Best strategy in the market. If you don't have one yet, all you unks out there are just going to break your backs. Okay? All you unks out there are going to break your back sitting all day long, standing all day long. All right? Malesh, I don't know who that is, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. Do you trade GXT? I don't know what GXT is. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Electronic trading was around much longer than all of these 20 or 30-year-olds on social media. So anybody claiming some kind of concept, I'm sorry to tell you, they probably weren't even born when electronic trading was made. Okay, so anybody naming concepts, anybody claiming concepts, I'm sorry to tell you, they didn't make it. They didn't make it. The market was around a lot longer than they were. I think we flushed to 29,000, then pumped during NFP. Let's take a look. Where's 29,000 at? 29. Okay. I do want to see where 50% of that fair value gap is too, because I do think. Let's take a look at this real quick. Come on. There we go. Okay. Midline. Oh, this is kind of nice. Wow. I mean, no way, right? No way. Wow. All right. I mean, there's got to be a reason for that, right? There's got to be a reason for that. Perfectly bouncing off of the 50% mark of the daily imbalance. That's insane. Why is that so perfect? Holy cow. Right at 9:30. Of course. Of course. The moment 9:30 happens, they go and just set the low of the day at 50% of the fair value gap and then never come back to it. That's insane. That's insane. Sorry, I don't know why I got lost on the 50% of the fair value gap. Yeah, I'm not looking for longs right now. As I was just explaining, I personally am waiting for NFP because I think NFP is an important data point that the market wants to hear. On top of that, we have SMT at the highs. We have a bearish change in the state of delivery here. So I'm not currently looking for positions, but on my higher time frame, I am bullish. Right? So since the lower time frame is not aligning with the higher time frame, I'm just waiting. How much was it? I hate to say it, but I actually don't remember how much the desk was. I would have to go look. For some reason, I don't remember. Game changer for having the standing desk. Yeah, I mean, anybody that works in an office, right? You got to have a standing desk. Health is the real wealth. We got to take care of our health. How much was the chair? The chair was cheaper than the desk. I can tell you that much. Oh, the morning trade. Right. Sorry. Let's take a look. All right. I forgot to go over the morning trade. Here's the morning trade. Here you go. All right. So same thing as that higher time frame that I just explained. This was the same analysis heading into New York Open. Right? Price was tapping into a daily fair value gap. Since it was tapping into a daily fair value gap, I was bullish this morning. Okay, so heading down to the hourly time frame. Let's take a look at this real quick. Hourly fair value gap. Okay, this is the, 10 a.m. candle. Here's the 10 a.m. candle. Okay, so take a look at this. ES did not sweep the 10 a.m. candle low. 10 a.m. candle low. ES did not sweep it. 10 a.m. candle low. NQ did sweep it. Bullish SMT. Okay, so bullish SMT inside of a bullish daily bias, inside of an hourly bullish fair value gap. Right, so in terms of this process right here, this is completely finished. Right, time New York Open, bias bullish, key level, hourly fair value gap with SMT, then go down to the lower time frame to look for an entry function. right? So after you see the 930 sell off, you see that it's into a key level. You see that it creates bullish SMT. Once we get that bullish SMT, that's when we're going down to a lower time frame to look for a bullish change in the state of delivery. And this was a rocket ship. This was an absolute rocket ship. Excuse me. Bullish change in the state of delivery right here at New York Open, 935 being a long position. And the long position looking like this. Okay. So here's the long position from New York Open. Excuse me. Clearly I need some water. Here's the long position from New York Open. Now, here's the unfortunate part. I took it on ES. I took it on ES because of the bullish SMT. I was looking to execute what looked to be the stronger pair at that time. All right, so this is replay mode. Please don't get confused. This is not a trade. I'm doing replay mode so you can see the position that I took this morning. Okay. Buy stop at the bullish change in the state of delivery. All right, this was the very first moment in time that the long position presented itself. Buy stop at the bullish change in the state of delivery, which got us long as we went through the bullish change in the state of delivery. And then stop loss goes at the low that created the SMT. All right. And I was aiming for a 1-to-1 risk to reward. I got a 1-to-1 risk to reward on this. So here's the position here. If there's no breaker, do you avoid it? Oh, there's a breaker here, right? Bullish breaker with a fair value gap. It's here. It's all here. That's why we traded it. So this is also your example of it doesn't matter whether you're looking at a change in state of delivery, a breaker, an inversion. All of them get you into the same exact position. It's not the entry function that is going to get you a win or loss. It's going to be the logic that you base your decisions on, right? That logic being time, New York Open, key level with SMT, right? Because let's just take a look at all of them, right? Here's an entry function right here because it's an inversion. So that's your first entry. Here's an entry function right here because of the change in the state of delivery. Okay. Here's an entry function right here because of the breaker plus fair value gap. Ready? Right? So any one of those trades that you took, you're essentially entering your long here. Stop goes at the low, and we're aiming for good risk to reward. So I've said it a million times. I'll continue to keep saying it. It's not the entry function that's going to make a difference here. It's not a price action pattern being on the screen. It's the logic that you provide to your decision making. That's what's going to make a difference. Okay, so that was this morning. That was this morning. NQ did much better at running higher Did more than 2R, whereas ES only did 1R. So if you have any questions about that New York Open, feel free to throw it in chat. Ash, do you have any idea why ES switched from stronger asset to weaker asset? In my opinion, there doesn't need to be a rhyme or a reason for every single thing in this market. I took it for what it was. I don't think that there was a specific, reason for why that was the result. No, I don't. I took ES because there was SMT at the lows. I looked to execute the stronger pair. It didn't act as the stronger pair during the position, but the information doesn't change. That was bullish SMT at the lows. All right. So Larry's saying chip stocks. That could, if you want a reason, sure. Right. Maybe there's more tech in NASDAQ. Ash, thank you for showing and explaining your trades. I really appreciate it. Thank you as well for being here. I greatly appreciate everybody asking questions, going over information. It is truly a pleasure to be working with other like-minded professionals. Honestly, if we keep showing up, if we keep working, if we keep learning every single day on such a consistent basis, conviction is built through experience. So if we keep showing up and collecting that data day in and day out, you're going to have more conviction in your executions. So keep asking questions, keep showing up to every single session you can, keep collecting data, develop and execute your journal so that you can learn from it as well. Thank you as well for being here. What about risk per trade on funded? Because New York session handles are crazy. Your risk is going to be your own tolerance. Okay, so if you can't handle seeing your P&L fluctuate by hundreds of dollars, then go down to the micros, right? You do not want to be on the minis because your P&L is going to fluctuate by thousands of dollars on the minis, right? So your risk tolerance is not going to be the same as my risk tolerance. Everybody's on their own trading experience. Everybody's on their own journey. Everybody has their own finances. So there is no one size fits all. It's not like, oh, risking $500 per trade on a funded account is the most ideal situation. That's not the case. Everybody has their own risk tolerance. Okay. And so that's why I'm such, an advocate of journaling, because you need to know your preferences. You need to know your data. If you're better at executing on micros because it's lower risk, then get on the micros, right? Risk $100 a day or risk $200 a day if that's what your mental and emotional capacity can handle. That's not going to be the same case for everyone, okay? So it's not a one size fits all type of thing. You do need to know thyself is what I would say. You need to know what you're capable of doing, and you do that by collecting data. ES already being above all-time highs and NQ not being could have played. Yeah, I mean, if NQ needs to catch up, that could definitely be a reason why. I see what you're saying there. I see what you're saying there. If NQ needs to catch up on this move right here, maybe that's why it's warming up. Right? Then if that's the case, we would want to see some healthy consolidation from ES. Right? Some kind of bull flag, whatever you want to call it, right? And then we break out from the bull flag and we continue higher. We would want to see some kind of healthy consolidation to let NQ catch up, and then a continuation of the trend by watching for a breakout there. Ash, I'm asking this because I traded ES rather than NQ. Yeah, truthfully, there's not always going to be a rhyme or a reason. I attempted ES as well. It looked like the stronger pair because of the higher low, but it didn't act as the stronger pair when we were in the position. And that's all right. That's all right. Did everybody hear about the rapid end of day plans as well? Those things look absolutely amazing. Looks like the rapid end of day plans are 126 after using code YouTube. Daily payouts, no consistency on the funded, no intraday DD, no payout cap, 90-10 split, no daily loss limit. That is just astonishing. Definitely check out the rapid accounts. Use code YouTube for that. Uncle Ash, how's the sleep schedule? I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to jinx anything. Okay. The sleep schedule is getting better. It's getting a little bit better. We're a month in. He's lasting longer than 2 hours. Okay, so we are slightly getting a little more sleep. We're getting there. We're getting there. I still give all of the parents in chat all of the credit in the world because easily the hardest thing that I've ever tried doing. Easily the hardest thing I've ever tried doing. So, not really getting any action here. I'm pretty sure when I first stepped up onto the live stream, we were at the same exact price here. So, let me just double check that. Where is 130? Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy with my decision making here. This line right here, this is where price was when I joined the live stream. Look at where we are now. Nowhere. Nowhere. So, chat, I'm just going to say it again. Reason being, personally, I think they're waiting for NFP. Okay, so just knowing that NFP is right around the corner, that's the reason for the patience. Okay, and that's why I always refer to the logic that you're basing your decisions off of. Right? If you're looking for a massive move right now, you might be getting chopped up because it's just not going anywhere. We are still at the same place. It's probably because they're waiting for NFP. Okay. Probably because they're waiting for NFP. Just let them consolidate. Let it happen, right? Let it happen. Patience, 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 patience. While we're at it, why don't we take a look at some of the other assets as well? Dollar. Personally, I'm looking for lower prices on the dollar. Now, I don't think, I would be quite surprised if we ever revisit here. But this is why I'm looking for lower prices on the dollar. When we ran below this swing low here, we displaced through it, right? We closed very bearishly below it. And when we did that, we created a bearish FEG. I'm looking for continuation lower here for dollar. I just think we might need to retest, right? Maybe something like this. Take out this swing high maybe. And then look for the lows. But this is what I'm targeting here. The lows on dollar. And again, NFP is probably going to be the one to do it. So, chat, any questions, any information, feel free to throw it in chat as we're waiting and watching. We got to go over some higher time frame biases on NQ, ES, and dollar. We got to look at lower time frame PM session information, and then we also reviewed AM session trades. We could also take a look at Euro real quick. I know there's a lot of Euro fans in here. So Euro, this is where my eyes currently are. Do we get rejected from this fair value gap? Yes or no? That is what I'm currently waiting on. Right? I don't think we've gotten that answer so far. Do we get rejected from this fair value gap, or do we flip resistance, right? Go above it, turn resistance into support, and continue higher? Okay, so I'm waiting for additional information here on Euro. This is the information I'm looking for. What type of price action occurs at this area of resistance? Okay, so whereas dollar, I am bearish. I will look to see if they could sweep the high. I don't think they'll ever retrace here before moving lower to target. All right. So any questions, any information, feel free to throw it in chat. Also, chat, do me a favor. If you're finding any value from the live stream, from any of the hosts, from any of the special guests, if you're finding any value from any of the giveaways in the community, do us a favor, like the video, sub to the channel, turn the notifications on. We've been going live for quite a while now. How long has it been? More than a year. Year and a half, maybe? How long has it been? Insane. The consistency is unmatched. Unmatched consistency. Pretty sure we started in the beginning of April of 2025. Consistency unmatched. So do us a favor, like the video, sub to the channel, turn the notifications on. We're going to keep working and learning every single week, chat. Every single week. All right. This price action is giving me gray hair. What is this? A whole lot of nothing. I mean, is it even moving at this point? Can anybody check? Do we have a heartbeat here? Are we even still moving? Jeez. It has really slowed down on us. I will happily be patient. I do not feel like sitting in this slow, indecisive chop. We're doing a whole lot of nothing right now. Look at the 4 hour. What's the 4 hour doing? Oh my Lord. Ew. Ew. We get supported from a bullish gap. We get rejected from a bearish gap. This is disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. I do not want to touch this. There's nothing clear about that. No, thank you. Ew. Nope. Jeez. What even? What is that? What does that even mean? What does that even mean, chat? Ash, look at the 12 hour. I don't think I've ever looked at the 12 hour. What does the 12 hour even look like? Well, the 12 hour looks bullish. That looks nice. Some equal highs right up here. Equal highs. Bullish fair value gap. I guess it did tap a bearish one too. Who uses the 12-hour? I mean, this is probably the first time I've ever looked at the 12-hour, but it did get rejected from the bearish gap too. Chat. Type a 1 in chat if you use the 12-hour. This is the first time I've even looked at it. Type a 1 in chat if you use the 12-hour. I've never even heard of anybody using the 12-hour. Bunch of zeros, right? Not ones. I'd rather use the 12-second. Oh my God. The 12-second sounds like a seizure waiting to happen. Jeez. I'm not using it, but is it any good? I don't use it at all. I use the daily chart. Ash, have you ever looked at the lunar hour chart? What is that? Are we talking about moon cycles now? What is that? You guys are just looking for any type of chart, huh? Any type of chart. All right. Will NQ do anything this afternoon? We got another 15 minutes before we close it up. We are going to go ahead and close up the stream at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But definitely make sure to be around for SK's segment during Asia. All right? Be back for Asia, along with New York Open tomorrow morning. NFP should be fun. We'll see if we can get a real move then. But we got another 15 minutes here before we wrap it up. If you have any questions or information, feel free to throw it in chat. Ash, Friday the 13th. I want a giveaway. Now I can request a payout on it. No way. No way. Just wanted to say thank you for all the value you're providing. Wow. The ROI on winning a giveaway and then turning a giveaway account into a payout. Holy cow. Congratulations. Let's throw a bunch of W's in chat for that member. Love to hear it. Love to see payouts. Let's throw a bunch of W's in chat for that member. Let's go. Love to hear the payout. Love to hear it. That is literally the definition of community right there. Winning a giveaway account and then turning a giveaway account into a payout. That is just incredible. Incredible. Let's freaking go. Let's go, man. So, still a whole lot of nothing. Price is literally not moving. Price is literally not moving. I entered the live stream at 1:30. Price was at 527. It has only made it to 543. It has one of the most volatile charts, NQ, has only moved like 10 points. Wow. I mean, if that doesn't sound like patience, then I don't know what does, chat. Clearly, that's just saying wait for NFP. Wait for NFP. Okay? Just wait. Just wait. Looks like we got some giveaway winners. Is that right? Some more giveaways? Ash, market is waiting for NFP tomorrow. I definitely agree with you, Jay Emerson. That's what I'm looking at too. That's why I'm not interested in anything right now. I'll wait for NFP as well. I will also wait for NFP. I mean, we are just doing nothing right now. We are just doing nothing. All right, what do we got here? Another 10 minutes here, chat. Like I said, feel free to throw any questions, any information in the chat. Gladly willing to help with any portion of this business. So anything trading related, feel free to throw it in chat as we're waiting and watching. Do us a favor, like the video, sub to the channel. Any questions, any information, feel free to throw it in chat. What's this new rapid end of day account? So the rapid end of day account is a daily payout account. The rapid used to be intraday. Now it's end of day. That's why the update is so amazing. End of day. We love our end of day, especially considering it's a daily payout account. Absolutely amazing. Why are people so eager to pass and get paid, Ash, resulting in blowing accounts? People cannot control their impulsions. People have such a desire, such a need for money, that the thought of money makes them do things very impulsive. That need drives them to eagerly passing the account trying to get paid. So that impulsiveness does usually lead to blowing up. But people can't handle that emotion. People are so eager, they need it now, that is usually what the result is. They need it now. Thank you, MFFU team, and thank you, Ash. Thank you as well, ICT NGL Trades. Good to see you again. Thank you for joining. Instant gratification, exactly. People cannot deal with delayed gratification. They need it now. That's why they're impulsive. That's why they will over leverage. That's why they will try to go as quick as possible. And that is usually what leads to the blow up. But are we not trading to make money? Oh, we are absolutely trading to make money. But let me know. Let me know if oversizing helps you or if that creates a blow up. Let me know if rushing your trades, let me know if impulsively entering your trades, if that passes evals, if that gets you payouts. It's a very simple if-then situation. If your payouts are not more than your expenses, then that impulsiveness clearly doesn't sound like a good idea. As long as your income is greater than your expenses, then do whatever you want. It doesn't matter how much you trade at that point. If you're net profitable, be my guest. But for the vast majority, that's usually where people blow up. Thanks, Ash. Thank you as well, MMNQES. Great to see you again. Hopefully you had a great day. You can't get rich in a day. That takes time. Yeah, what's the saying, chat? What's the saying? It's something like, I'm not going to get it correct. I'm not going to get it correct. I'm forgetting it already. It's like, I fear not a man that attempts 1,000 kicks one time. I fear the man that attempts one kick 1,000 times. Or I'm probably saying it wrong. Of course, and perfect time for the troll. Rome wasn't built in a day. There you go. Much easier one. I should have gone with that one, right? And perfect name for that. Hold on. First of all, Bill was meant for this. His name is Base Hit Bill. And we're talking about base hits here. He was meant for this moment. Get Base Hit Bill up here right now. That is what it's all about. Consistent base hits, right? And that's another data point. Go back into your data and look how many times you've hit a home run, right? How many times has one day made you rich? Probably hasn't ever made you rich. That's why we're still here, right? So it just goes to show trying to get rich overnight, that's not how it works. It's about taking consistent base hits day after day after day, brick by brick, one at a time. Consistency is literally the bridge between discipline and your goals. We are going to have to do this another million times. So take that base hit every time, because you're going to have to do it another million times. Last 5 minutes here before we go ahead and close it up. I'm extremely happy with the patience this afternoon. Price has really done a whole lot of nothing. So I'm very happy with our patience this afternoon. Very good job, team. We will see what NFP brings and then look at some risk after that. But it looks like they're waiting on NFP. So be patient. Deal with the delayed gratification. Let NFP come out, and then we'll take a look. Trader HCH, have a good afternoon. Thank you once again for joining. Makar, you as well. I hope you have a great day. Ali, you as well. I hope you have a great day. Q Mendez, W Mendez. I hope you have a great afternoon. Thank you for joining once again. Sia Trades, you as well. Thank you for joining. I hope you have a great afternoon. Prash FX, you as well. Great to see all the familiar faces. Jax, I hope you have a great afternoon. P Long, you as well. Good to see you once again. Miss K, Devil Jin, I hope you have a great afternoon as well. Michael, Rod, Sebastian, everybody. Always great to see all the OGs in chat. Thank you for the consistency. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the value that you bring every single day. I greatly appreciate all of the questions, all of the information. This is the reason why we're going to get 1% better every single day. And that's the goal, chat. That's the goal. 1% better than your prior self every single day. Yes, your prior self, right? We're not comparing to anybody else, okay? Their comparison is the thief of joy. We are in a battle against ourselves. Okay, so 1% better than our prior selves every single day. Every day. The work proves the value. Let the consistency get you there. Probably the most boring PM session we've ever had. I mean, this is where I entered the live stream price was at 29,527. Price has moved 30 points. I mean, what a snoozer. Jeez. The patience truly paid off this afternoon. Because, I mean, we did nothing here, chat. Whole lot of nothing. Hopefully that shows you that we're going to need to have some patience. Instead of just sitting in this indecisive chop. Smoke Trades, I hope you have a great evening. El Burrito, you as well. Melvin, Hopefully you have a good evening. Wyatt, you as well. Thank you all for joining once again. We are down to our last minute here. So if there's any last questions or comments, feel free to throw it in chat. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, we have the Asia segment coming up later with SK. So be right back here for the Asia segment. And then New York Open tomorrow morning as well. Izzy, I hope you have a great afternoon. Jenny, I hope you have a great afternoon. Aditi Trading Journey, I hope you have a great afternoon. Abhishek, I hope you have a great afternoon. Trevor, you as well. Last minute here, chat. Last minute here. Whole lot of nothing today. Adam Daz, I hope you have a great afternoon. Thanks for joining once again. You as well, Donna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will see you tonight, Michael. We got SK coming up for the Asia segment. Same with you, Rod. Get prepared for the Asia segment. The Globex Open. Alrighty, chat. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Last time, thank you all for being here. Another great afternoon segment. Yes, this was a practice of patience today, chat. Yes, it was a boring one, but yes, this goes to show you that we do not always need to be clicking buttons. Okay? We need to have logic to base our decisions off of. And when you do not have any logic backing your decisions, then you should not take a trade. That is what today's PM session was. We had some great patience, and I'm very happy that we did because price has not moved anywhere. So, with that being said, thank you all for your time. I hope everybody has a great afternoon. We will see you during the Asia segment. Have a good day, chat.